How do you design one of the most advanced ERs in the country? At Parkview, we did it by focusing all our attention on you, the patient, by involving doctors and nurses in the design process, by creating quieter, more private spaces, and by leading the region in heart, stroke, and trauma care. This is not your typical emergency room. It's Parkview. In an emergency, isn't this where you'd rather be?
Parkview, your partner in health.
Friday Night Lights takes us to Wayne Stadium. It's an SAC matchup between Northrop and Wayne tonight, right here on Fox Sports. Hi, everybody. Along with Joe Walburn, I'm Joe Parson. Bruins on the road tonight looking for their second straight victory after outlasting Southside last week 35-20. After a 1-point halftime lead, Northrop shut out the Archers in the second half with 6'5" quarterback Garrett Shanley, Joe, throwing for 2 touchdowns, running for another.
Yeah, I thought he dominated the game with the run-pass option, Joe. He accounted for 2 touchdowns, and on the season, he has 6 touchdowns. So you watch him warm up. He's 6'5". He throws a pretty ball, but he really fools you with his athletic ability and the ability to run the football. So I feel like with Shanley, with the run-pass option offense, Casey Lawrence, the running back, over 100 yards last week, so really a strong downhill running back. And something else that jumped out with me with the Bruins is time of possession on the season. So they've had the ball 17 minutes more than their opponents. So I think the Northrop offense is very diversified. They can attack you in a lot of different ways. And I think the senior quarterback, Garrett Shanley, is doing a nice job this year, really quarterbacking that offense.
Does a great job with that read option offense.
He does.
Wayne, meanwhile, back home here tonight, still looking for that elusive first victory of the season, and it would be their first since October 31st of 2014. But this is as much an improved Generals football team, Joe, as we've seen in quite a while. Wayne took it to Bishop Luers last Friday night, leading the Knights much of the first half, and although Luers did finally rally for a 21-13 triumph, and it all starts with an improved running attack led by 225-pound junior Dalen Hart. He ground out 134 yards against the Knights. That speaks volumes.
Yeah, 230 pounds, a physical runner. And really, I think Wayne is a much more physical team. They average 240 pounds a man up front and averaging on the season, Joe, 5 yards a carry. So Wayne is running the football downhill, and with the weapons on the outside, Zach Daniels has a couple of big touchdown catches, and the 6'5" Craig Young, they can spread you out and attack them. But what's going to be key tonight for Wayne and so far this season is they have to get better quarterback play. You know, DeAndre Collins-Jones has a nice arm and has the ability, but so far, Joe, he's thrown 4 interceptions, and on third down conversions this year for Wayne, they're only 20%. So that hurt them last week in the red zone. Wayne is right on the brink of getting a win. They have to get better quarterback play tonight.
You'll hear Derek Moore, their head coach, talk about 3 times in the red zone. They came away with 0 points. Bruins Generals coming up, and we'll be back with our Midwest America Federal Credit Union pregame show. We'll check in with both head coaches on our return, and it'll be Derek Moore, who back in, a few years ago, told me he sacked Mr. Joe Walburn a couple of times. But we'll have that and much more coming up. This is IHSAA Football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Behind the scenes of the making of a great play area.
I'm envisioning something really spectacular, something over the top. Let's draw up some plans.
Yes, JP.
Right away, JP. Excellent idea. Bold move, JP. We'll get right on it.
I see a large fort with a giant cannon to slide down. Let's make it historic. Tie it in with the history of Fort Wayne. And we gotta have it soft so kids of all ages can play. Let's have those blueprints on my desk by Monday morning.
Jefferson Point and Lutheran Children's Hospital ER presents Fort Wayne's largest indoor soft play area. Parents can relax while the kids explore a fort, slide down a cannon, and crawl through the 16-foot cherry blossom tree. Over 2,000 square feet of indoor play area, the largest retail play area in the state of Indiana. Bring the kids and enjoy the fun at Jefferson Point. For details, go to jeffersonshopping.com.
There's so much to see. It's where you want to be. Jefferson Point, Jefferson Point.
Every great team has focus and talent. At Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. Our roster includes everything from sports nutrition to keep your body fueled to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more. Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together the top team of experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of every level of athletes. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn more. Parkview Sports Medicine, upgrade your game.
Dude, I'm pretty nervous for this date.
You got this. First dates are all about finding what you have in common.
Like putting sweaters on dogs?
Sure, but I was thinking about going to a place you both like, where you both can get your favorites.
Oh, like McDonald's.
Exactly. But do yourself a favor. Please, don't tell any of your elevator jokes.
But they work on so many levels.
Here's a deal that's no joke. McDonald's new McPick 2 for $2.50 menu includes McDouble, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, and hot fudge sundae. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Price of single item posted on menu.
American families are facing a major problem nowadays. It's called extreme student debt. It's affecting graduating students, even those with jobs, for years and years trying to pay off their student loans. But there is help available to students in Northeast Indiana. From nonprofit Cuesta Education Foundation, Cuesta is ready to provide low-interest or even forgivable loans to qualified Northeast Indiana students. Take a second look. Check Cuesta to see if your student qualifies for a chance at graduating with as little student loan debt possible. Cuesta can make a difference. And it all starts with simply logging on to QuestaFoundation.org. That's QuestaFoundation.org.
At Indiana Michigan Power, we're building the future of energy delivery. From renewable energy to grid innovation, we're developing a smarter way to power your life. With the addition of 4 new solar power plants, you can take comfort knowing that more than half of the electricity that we generate is emissions-free. I&M is honored to sponsor local area high school sporting events and proud to be your hometown energy provider. Time now for the Midwest America Federal Credit Union pregame show and a special visit with coaches to set the stage for tonight's game. Let's head back to the stadium with Joe Parsons.
Let's check in with head coach Derek Moore. It's year 2, coach, and a little different from year 1. Now, people look at the record and say, it's 0-2, but this is a different Wayne team. I mean, last week, give Brewers all they can handle, give them a run for their money. You've got to see improvement from what you saw in year 1.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Our seniors have worked hard. I informed my principal when we came in that we didn't come in here after, last year's season. That we didn't come to win 1 game every 2 years or just beat the people that we're supposed to beat. So we informed our seniors of that early in the summer. They committed to working hard, and we worked a lot on character development and got a lot better.
I see a lot of sophomores. I see a lot of big sophomores. I'm talking 6'4", 6'5", 220, 240, or bigger than that. Have you really been dedicated to the weight room in the off season?
Oh yeah, definitely. That was one of the foundations when we were hired in. It's got to get dedicated to the weight room, be good guys in the classroom, and also be in shape cardiovascularly.
You got a young running back. He's a big kid, 225 pounds, Hart. Tell me a little bit about him. I saw he had over 100 yards, 134, I think, against Lewis. That speaks volumes about how this program has advanced.
Yeah, he was a starter for us last year, but we were in a more traditional closed offense, so we spread things out. He's 225 pounds, a good kid. He's an animal in the weight room. He enjoys working out. He's a leader for us, and he runs hard. He runs behind his pads.
Let's talk about the challenge tonight in Northrop. They come off of a win last week against Southside. Big quarterback, 6'5". Shanley, talk about the matchups and some of the things Wayne's got to do to win.
Yeah, he's a good quarterback. He makes good reads. He's able to run his own read effectively. Definitely, he's got some good, quick receivers. He's got 2 great running backs behind him, and the kid's he's not scared to take a hit. He brings contact also. So, looking forward to the challenge.
Football.
Head coach Derek Moore in his second year. They are 0-2, the Generals are. And a year ago, in 2015, his rookie year as head coach, they were 0-10. They were shut out 3 games. And 8 games, Wayne scored 6 or fewer points. But this year, they haven't won yet, but they led last week. They led Bishop Luers at Luersfield for much of the first half. And came close, lost 21-13, and we're in another great ball game the week before, so it's just a matter of time. We'll take a timeout, a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back, and it will be head coach Jason Dorfler to join us, head coach of the Northrop Bruins, when we return with more of our Midwest America Federal Credit Union pregame show. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Meet the Murphys, and the Taylors. These neighbors both refinanced their homes to take advantage of a better interest rate and to lower their monthly payments. The Murphys used a big bank and spent their vacation money to pay $2,300 in closing costs. Meanwhile, the Taylors paid only $199 by choosing Midwest America's special 10-year refinance program and didn't need to use their vacation money. Looks like this year, the Murphys will be getting the Taylors' mail while they're out of town. Find out about Midwest America's 10 and Done program, where you can own your home in just 10 years. Visit us online at MidwestAmerica.org for more details on this and other refinance options and first mortgages. You can also call or stop by to speak with a mortgage specialist at one of our branches located in Fort Wayne, New Haven, Columbia City, Decatur, and Huntington. Midwest America. Altogether, better. An equal housing lender.
You've heard the saying, it's all about the Benjamins. Nothing could be more true at Tom Steele Tire, where it's all about saving you money. For over 35 years, this family-owned business has been saving Fort Wayne drivers lots of Benjamins. Offering quality tires and ASE-certified mechanical service for your car, and that includes an oil change and tire rotation special, all for just $24.95. 2 convenient locations in Fort Wayne to serve you. Tom Steele Tire, not just a tire store, but a complete automotive center.
The market goes up, the market goes down. And if you're a typical investor, you may be playing games, trying to guess correctly when to buy, when to sell. That can be expensive and exhausting. Well, what if there was a local company with tons of investment experience to help you take some of the guesswork and worry out of investing? The name is Stifel, specializing in individual portfolio management. Stifel can help reduce the risk and worry of investing, building you a portfolio of quality, performing stocks and bonds. Give Stifel a call at 260-459-3989.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Is really fickle at times. You have changing momentums almost instantaneously. Last week, we're ready to talk to Jason Dorfler at halftime. Comfortable lead. All of a sudden, it's a one-point ball game going into intermission. And, Coach, your disposition changed just a little bit. Now you come out and you shut out Southside in the second half. But tell me about halftime and obviously what you told your team that really able to control South more or less in that second half.
Yeah, I mean, give credit to Southside because they fought the entire game, but we also thought that we were in a position to take control of the game, and we gave them a silly touchdown before halftime. And you know, the kids at halftime were not happy, and we had to remind them, hey, we're winning the game. You know, we get the second half kickoff, and we responded. We marched right down and kind of set the tone for the second half.
Head coach wasn't real happy either at halftime. You know, Garrett Chanley continues to impress. I think he ran for 1 touchdown, threw for 2 more. And even Derek Moore, very complimentary, said he's a big kid who's not afraid to take a hit. You've got to be very pleased with his play.
Oh, yeah. And Garrett's added that dimension to his game this year where he's running the football. And when he is making the proper reads, we're tough to stop. And, you know, he's a 3-year starter, and there's been some growing pains. But, you know, when you start a sophomore at quarterback, you expect that. And this is the payoff his senior year, you know, and he's much more comfortable, and it's showing.
What aspects of Northrop football still leave you lacking a little bit that you want to work on and get better at?
Well, like last week, we made some dumb mistakes. You know, we turned the ball over 4 times. We roughed the punter there at right before halftime, and we didn't tackle very well. And if we don't tackle well tonight, you know, it won't even be a close game. Wayne's athletes are so good, and you know, we've talked about tackling and rallying to the football because they are so dangerous.
I want you to talk a little bit about the Generals. This is not the Generals team we've seen the last year or so. They gave Lures everything they could handle at Lures Field. Talk about the matchups and some of the keys from a Northrop standpoint.
Yeah, I mean, just containing them. They have so many people that are dangerous, and like you said, this is not the Wayne team of last year. This is an entirely different team, and you can just tell they bounce around, they're energetic, they're passionate about what they do, and they're a tough test, no question.
Head coach Jason Dorfler with us, and it is his 3rd season now as head man of the Bruins. They're 1-1 after the win last week over Southside. A year ago, they were 2-8. Bruins finished 2-7 in the SAC. They lost 48-14 to Homestead in the sectionals. We will take a 2-minute timeout, and we'll be back as Joe Welburn's down on the field for the reenactment of the coin toss, and we'll be ready to get this SAC feature underway. Wayne against Northrop. We'll be back. IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Hi, I'm Charlie Momper from Momper Insulation. We've been around since 1956, and we're still the #1 name in insulation. Chances are you've seen us re-insulating the home in your neighborhood, where we blow insulation into the sidewalls and attic to make your heating and cooling more efficient. Give us a call and let's talk about all the insulation options we have available to help you save money. I know we can do the job for you. You've got my word on it. Call us at 432-7543.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
Call Tom Neuenschwander at Amstutz Insurance with offices in Fort Wayne and Ossian, 260-622-4169.
Just like your car, sometimes your laptop needs a tune-up. Or worse, a virus hit you, completely shutting down its functioning. But who do you turn to for quick help? The answer might surprise you. Alpha PC Mac Computer. We're the other guys, and we're better. With realistic turnaround times for service, more reasonable rates, friendlier service that works with you and solving problems. Don't settle for the other guys. Try Alpha PC Mac Computer, located just 2 blocks north of Glenbrook Mall. Call 444-3557 and ask for Dave.
Every small business person has the same dread: taxes, reports, and bookkeeping. What are you to do? You know you can't afford the big guys to keep you legal and solvent. Well, now there's Walburn Financial Management to save the day. Here's their number. You're going to want to remember this one: 260-459-2240. That's 459-2240. Why? Well, Walburn Financial Management specializes in the little guy. With reasonable rates and sensible retainers, Walburn Financial Management, simply perfect for the small business budget.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Bruins on the field. We await the Wayne Generals and kickoff just minutes away here on Fox Sports. Glad you could join us this absolutely gorgeous football Friday night here. High school football Friday night lights. As 74 degrees just ahead of kickoff here at Wayne Stadium. Winds out of the northeast about 13 miles an hour. Actually gusting a bit higher than that at times, maybe close to 15 to 20 miles an hour. At least that was my impression putting our sponsor banner up a little bit earlier this afternoon. The other action tonight in the SAC, Snyder is home to Concordia. Panthers, they're averaging 50 points a ball game in their 2 wins. Southside plays at Dwenger. Archer's much improved from last year. Other ball games, Homestead now 2-0. They are at Bishop Luers. That's kind of an interesting matchup tonight. And it's Northside at Carroll. The Northeast 8, Leo, they're 2-0 now at Norwell. New Haven undefeated. They play at DeKalb. In fact, I think that game, Joe Welburn said, has been moved to cancel because of a death affecting the DeKalb program, so I don't believe that New Haven DeKalb game is being played tonight. In the ACAC, how about the 2 leaders in that conference? Woodland 2-0. They're home to Heritage tonight, and also Adams Central at 2-0. They play at 2-0 LaPel, and I think it's the Dragons, if memory. It's been a long time since I've been down to LaPel. That's a long bus ride. By the way, don't forget at halftime, Paul Chodak, who's president of Indiana-Michigan Power, he'll join us, talking about I&M's move to go green here in Fort Wayne and their advancement with solar energy. 2 facilities now underway, and that very interesting information coming up. Hope you can stick around and join us for that. Our referee tonight is Justin Shippey. As you can probably tell, Wayne taking to the field now. And we will have the meeting at midfield coming up here momentarily. Bruins out there with their co-captains ready. Bruins at 1-1. Generals still looking for that elusive first win. Looking ahead, Wayne traveling to Northside next Friday night. And meanwhile, the Bruins, they go back to Spooler Stadium on Friday night. They'll host the Carroll Chargers. And looking ahead, our Friday Night Lights feature will be at Zoller Stadium. It'll be Bishop Luers at Concordia with our pregame next Friday at 6:45. Well, Wayne has got 5 co-captains getting ready to come out. They were headed right to midfield, but the officials want to do it with some protocol. They want both the co-captains to come from each side. And now they are calling those co-captains to midfield. And Joe Walburn is down there on the field for the introduction and the reenactment of the coin flip with referee Justin Shippey.
Gentlemen, go ahead and shake hands for me, please. Gentlemen, your officiating crew tonight, your head linesman is Mr. Gentile. Your back judge, Mr. Hoyt. Your umpire is Mr. Branch. And your line judge is Mr. Long. All right, gentlemen, we did the coin toss already. Wayne, you won the toss. You elected to defer. Northrop, you'll receive. So stay right where you are for me.
There you have it, Joe. Wayne wins the toss. They're going to kick the ball. Northrop will get the ball early on. We'll get a look at Northrop's offense with Garrett Shanley and Casey Lawrence. As far as field conditions, Joe, the field's in great shape, and it feels like fall down here. A nice breeze and very comfortable. So definitely football weather and another big conference game tonight.
And we'll be back in 30 seconds with a kickoff. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
True Goodness Foods by Meyer are made from the philosophy of less and more. Less of what you don't want and more of what you do. There are no hormones or antibiotics in the raising of our meat. And True Goodness Foods never contain any high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. We use wholesome ingredients like peanut butter made from just peanuts and tortilla chips made from corn, oil, and salt. That's it. And at low Meyer prices, True Goodness is good food your family will love. Find True Goodness Foods at your local Meyer today.
You're listening to the high school football game of the week on WGL Fort Wayne, Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Derek Moore saying they got their kicker back. Luke Andrews will tee it up at the Wayne 40, kicking it from right to left to the east end zone. Back deep for Northrop, Shaitan Vaughn, who had 14 kickoff returns last year, averaged 19 yards a kick return. Also joined by Davion Berry. We're underway. Driving kickoff. That filters back and is taken and fumbled away by Vaughn. Picks it up at the 10. Works right side across the 15 to the 20-yard line. Spins off a tackle and carries forward for a couple of yards out to about the 22, 23-yard line. And Joe already mentioned the field looks good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is good. Field's in good shape. Should be a fast track tonight. And how about the weather? Oh, such a perfect breeze.
Let's keep this. We want it for the next, 6, 7, 8 weeks.
And it feels like football tonight. So, and it's good for the kids, too. Not that terrible humidity to play in. So I don't think cramping will be an issue tonight.
Northrop hurries out of the huddle and lines up 1st and 10. Ben Aruza is part of the trips package wide to the left side. Running back is Casey Lawrence, who last week averaged nearly 6 yards a carry. And Garrett Shanley, your quarterback. Out of the shotgun formation, drops to throw. Left-handed, pulls it down, flush to his left side, looking, throws it downfield. There was contact downfield. The ball in and out of the hands. I believe that was Shaitan Vaughn. He was open at the 36, Joe, and looked like he mistimed his leap just slightly.
Yeah, he's going to hate that tomorrow because Shanley drifted to the left and threw a strike about 40 yards down the field, and Vaughn had it and just couldn't pull it in. So interesting that Northrop runs a deep route early on 1st down. I think we'd probably get a heavy dose of Shanley and Casey Lawrence early on.
See, that's why you're up here and not a coach.
That's right.
2nd down and 10. Shanley again, same formation, 3 wide to his left, 1 wide to the short side to the right. Lawrence remains as the running back. Here's the draw coming up, and up the middle, Wayne is there. They'll stop it at the 21. That's a loss of about 2 yards. So that Wayne defense, Cameron Johnson and Zach Eder at tackles. Patrick Cotton and Darius Alexander are the defensive ends.
Yeah, Alexander's a stud. He's only a sophomore, Joe, and he's 6'6", 235, so he has the size. And really, as inexperienced as Wayne is on offense, they have a lot of experience on defense. 7 senior starters back, and they're only giving up 299 yards a game, so Wayne's much better on defense.
Very part of the trips package wide to the left side. They need 12 on this snap, dropping the throw. There's Shanley, airs it out. That ball sailed and incomplete. That one took off. And don't forget, Shanley with the wind to his back, and it does gust from time to time. And it'll be 3 and out for the Bruins. And Wayne about to get the football offensively for the first time tonight.
Yeah, good start there with Wayne. As they came in tonight, Joe, they were allowing opponents to convert on third down almost 40% of the time. So good defensive series there with Wayne, and maybe a possibility to get some good field position to boost the offense.
Ahmad Hill back deep along with Devonair Kelsaw. And there was whistles right when the teams had a timeout called by Wayne. Interesting. So we will take a quick break with still 11:01 remaining this first quarter. Timeout Generals. Remember, Southside used a lot of timeouts in the first half. We've got one now, no score. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
No network is better equipped than Fios from Frontier to handle all of your devices. Get Fios TV, Internet, and voice from Frontier for $89.99 per month for 12 months with 2-year agreements and qualifying new services. And you'll receive up to a $400 Amazon.com gift card. Call 1-888-FRONTIER. Limited time offer for qualifying services. Subject to availability. Amazon.com gift card requires a 2-year agreement and maximum $400 early termination fee on new TV, new Internet, and new voice services. Taxes, fees, and other restrictions apply. Fios Marks owned by Verizon Trademark Services, LLC, and Youth Under License. See offer for details.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Shanley, the punter for the Bruins, he waits just outside his own 5-yard line. He'll have a little bit of a wind boost behind him as Wayne about to get the football for the first time. 4th down and 12. Waiting for the snap at center. That kind of lollipops back there. Got it to a low line drive, end over end. It's fielded at the 49. And here's a run to the left side to the 40, to the 38-yard line and out of bounds. I believe that was Devonair Kelsaw, as he will have Wayne in very good position now on the Northrop side of midfield. 1st and 10 for the Generals, trying to draw first blood, kind of like Southside did last week.
Yeah, absolutely. Northrop kind of got off to a slow start, and South took advantage. So a great start, and if you're Derek Moore for Wayne, this is what you want for your offense. You've got the short field, now you have options, and you need that quarterback to step up and make some plays here.
Greg Young is split wide to the right side. In fact, they've got 2 wide either side of the field. Offset in the backfield is Dalen Hart, the running back, motion, play action fake, and might have had motion before the snap of the football. Whistles blew, and we're going to have our first penalty of the ball game. And this one is what?
Actually, a timeout by Northrop. So they saw something they didn't like there, Joe, and they burned a timeout. You don't see that very often. The first couple minutes of the game, both teams using timeouts.
Apparently come in with a certain mindset about schemes and what you're going to see, and then suddenly you don't see it, and you don't want to get burned early.
No, and that's exactly what that timeout is. They saw something they didn't like. So you know what? Let's burn the timeout. Let's get over to the sideline and figure out who has what assignments. And really, in the first half last week, Northrop had some busts on the defensive side with assignments, but at halftime, they really did a nice job of getting it cleaned up. And I thought for sure South had a couple more touchdowns than them in the second half, but they held South scoreless.
1st and 10 now. Ball's at the 38-yard line of Northrop. Wayne and motion left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Collins Jones, dumps the screen out. That's sniffed out pretty well, but I'll tell you what, Dalen Hart just pulling tacklers inside the 35 all the way down to the 32-yard line as Kyler Doan back in action after missing last week's gain.
Yeah, Alan O'Grady got out there and made the tackle for Northrop, but you're right. Hart just took him for a ride, and that was a screen pass I thought would get nothing, but just the brute strength of Hart moves that ball all the way down to, what, the 33 now?
John Allen in the slot to the left side, motion again. And here's the counter run to the right side. There's Hart. Hart dragging tackler, steps out of a tackler inside the 25 to the 20. Angles right side down inside the 10, and this kid will not go down. He's all the way down to about the 6-yard line, I believe.
Yeah, he's big and strong. We mentioned it in the pregame, 5'10", but 230 pounds. But he has good feet, and that's the key for a running back. If he can step out of those holes, he's averaging almost 6 yards a carry, Joe. So he is a downhill power running back who has excellent feet, and Northrop's going to have to really adjust their defense for him tonight.
A, you can't hit him high, and B, you probably better get some help. From the right side hash mark at the 8-yard line, 1st and goal, off tackle left. Nice move, the ball is free, and Northrop's got it at about the 11-yard line. So a fumble, and there's the mistake that Derek Moore said his team needed to avoid.
And what happened was Kyler Doan got in the backfield, and the way you defend a big back is you get in the backfield and hit him early. As Hart sidestepped Doan to make the play in the backfield, he lost the football. So there's the turnovers, Joe. Wayne comes in -3 in turnovers. Now they're -4, and that's what's killed their drives this year, are those self-inflicted wounds.
So we have no score, 10:05 remaining in the opening quarter, and it is Northrop, their second possession of this ball game. We have no score as Shanley takes a look out of the shotgun formation at the Wayne defense. We got two safeties back. Blitz coming up the middle, however, and they'll run the ball right side. Lawrence trying to cut back, and he's going to lose yardage. Penetration across the line of scrimmage, defensive left side.
That was a heck of a play by the middle linebacker, Cameron Chambers. Joe, only a sophomore, and he gets in the backfield and just drops Lawrence that time. And Lawrence is almost 200 pounds, too. So, I mean, we're watching some Bulldogs out there go at it because Lawrence is a big-time strong running back, Joe.
Jordan Ross, another linebacker in there. Cameron Chambers, you mentioned, 10 tackles for the year, one last week against Lures. Loss of 3, second down and 13. Lawrence, they'll flip-flop him to the right side of Garrett Shanley. The 6'5 quarterback looks to run the ball again, and not much there, as Wayne will stuff that right about the 8, maybe the 9-yard line. So it'll bring up still third down and long.
You know, and with Darius Alexander, the sophomore, and Cameron Chambers, the sophomore, some really young talent out there for Wayne. But really, what we haven't seen yet from Northrop, Joe, is Garrett Shanley tuck that football and run that football himself. And I think that's, obviously they're going to probably throw the ball here, but that's what they're going to have to do at some point.
Bruin show too wide either side of the field. Shanley barking the signals. Left-hander drops back. Now throws a strong arm ball, and that ball is bobbled for a moment and then dropped at the 20. Not sure that would have been enough yardage for the first down. It'll bring up fourth down, though. And for the second straight possession, Northrop goes 3 and out.
Yeah, good defense again with Wayne. Shanley came off to his third option on the route and came back to the backside and just couldn't make that throw. So, you know, good defense, 2 possessions for Northrop and really nothing, Joe.
This time it will be Shanley to punt it away, and he's about 6-7 yards deep into the end zone. High snap, got it, rushes on, it's blocked. And it'll hit at the 10-yard line and picked up by Wayne. They step out of bounds at about the 13 or 14-yard line. But again, Wayne knocking on the door. They'll have possession. 1st and 10, trying to draw first blood in this football game.
Yeah, big block on the special teams, and Wayne just goes right through Northrop's line that time to make the play. So now this is the opportunity. And if I'm Coach Moore, I go right back to Dalen Hart and give him the football and see if we can take the ball to the house here.
Joe, real quick, twice before I've been here to Wayne, twice I've had Wayne students volunteer to help me carry my bags. Here earlier today, I had a couple of students help me with the banner. I tell you, Wayne gets some raps, but these kids, in my book, are just aces. Here's a turn to the right side and a touchdown. There's a late penalty flag. Sweep to the right side gets the Wayne Generals on the scoreboard. Let's see if it's going to count, though. Generals kind of acting like they don't like what they're hearing on the field. Referees Justin Shippey. Holding will be the call against Wayne. Take away that score.
And that's a shame because it looked like it was John Allen that went into the end zone, Joe. He didn't need the last hold. The hold was right on the goal line, and Wayne didn't need that. So that's what's really frustrating Coach Moore at this time, because you see the progress, and Wayne is much better. But the mistakes have really hurt Wayne.
You know, Joe, you're really spot on with that observation, because Allen is in the end zone, and the flag came back around the 19, 20-yard line. So the play was nowhere around where that flag was called. Penalty moves the ball back to the 19. It'll be 1st and goal from the 15-yard, at 1st and 15 from the 19. And here is a sweep coming up the left, and that's going nowhere. Well, it's going to be Devonair Kelsaw. He's wrapped up, and they'll give him his progress. Now a little pushing and shoving away from the ball.
How about Brayster? Brayster breaks through and just lays the wood to Kelsaw, but Kelsaw is strong enough to fight out of it, and Antoine Washington comes through. Antoine Washington, Joe, 6'3", 250, cleans up the play for Northrop. And now, here you are with Wayne. The ball's back on the 34-yard line. So you had the ball, you know,
At
First
the 14.
At the 14, so you're going backwards.
Now you've lost 20 yards.
And, you know, their offense just isn't good enough to overcome those kinds of mistakes.
Craig Young split wide to the right side. And Collins Jones wants to throw. Looks, dumps it over the middle. That's a catch. He's got blockers in front. Screen at the 30, 25, 20, 15 down the left sidelines. Another penalty flag is thrown as Kelsaw with that screen once again. The catch, and they were off and running, but looks like that one will bite Wayne once again.
Yeah, looks like it was a hold out there on the corner on Silva that time. Silva turned the offensive player in, and it looked like Wayne had to hold him from making the play.
Tell you, Wayne's exciting, aren't they? Kind of remind me of Southside with that quickness and just the ability to explode any given time.
Yeah, it's fun with the offense because you have such a bowling ball of a running back in Hart. And then you have the 6'5" receiver on the outside, and they have a lot of pieces they can attack you with, Joe.
They got that quickness with Kelsaw at 5'7". But the penalty backs them up again, and well, they've got to sort it out. They'll spot the ball at the 25, so it's going to remain second down. They can pick up a first down at about the 4-yard line. Motion again from left to right. They'll hand the ball on the sweep. There's Allen, cuts it up, spins off a tackle inside the 20, and knocked down right there. So it'll bring up third down and still very long. Third and still about, 18?
Yeah, it's a nice play that time again by Antoine Washington, number 33 for Northrop. Sheds the blocker with the strength, and then with his hips rotates down and makes the play.
Offensive line for the Generals averages 242 a man tackle to tackle. Anthony Black at center. Latrell Lapsley and Calvin Mitchell at guards. Delta Chapman and Lucas Fender the tackles. Third down and 16 from the 21. Collins Jones wants to throw over the middle, and he's got to catch a big hit, though, inside the 10 at about the 7. That's short of the first down, but will they go for it now on fourth down and try to bring it, like they may bring in Luke Andrews, and they will for a field goal attempt.
I think they'd love to get ahead and get some momentum, but how about Jones that time hanging in the pocket, Joe, and throwing a nice ball over the middle, so... And Joey Books, though, boy, he comes up and drops the hammer that time on Kelsaw.
This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt by Luke Andrews. Back, missed last week's game. Boy, they've got this zone rush coming off the defensive right side for Northrop. This one will have to be a quick-hitting field goal attempt. Kick is on the way long enough. Is it good? On the way and good. 25-yard field goal by Luke Andrews, and Wayne in the early lead, 3-0 with 6:48 remaining in the opening quarter. We'll be back. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
The game just isn't the game without you. When pain or injury has you sidelined, call Parkview Sports Medicine at 260-266-4007. Whether you're aspiring pro or recreational athlete, our team of certified orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, athletic trainers, and registered dietitian nutritionists will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. We can get you back to the action quickly and safely. Just call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine, your dream team.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Well, Coach Derek Moore told us that they wanted the points. You know, it's been he said his first year last year, he didn't know what to expect, and paid their dues. Didn't win a game, but they've really learned, I think, from the other coaches, he said, and you know, they've also put in during the summer the work necessary.
Yeah, that's the message for Wayne. Stay the course. You're getting better. And tonight's game is huge for Wayne because they're hungry for a win.
Wayne 3-0, the lead. Here's Shatan Vaughn. Fields the ball again at the 12-yard line. Works 15-20, has a blocker in front. Cuts it up nicely, spins backwards across the 25 and brings it out across the 30-yard line. And then little extracurriculars once again after the whistle. So got a feeling both these teams charged up. You know, they're both going to have the attitude, this is a makeable win.
Absolutely.
This is a win we've got to have.
Yeah, when you have Snyder and Dwanger in the conference, these are the games you want to win. And really, for both teams, when you look at Northrop, after tonight, Carroll, Concordia, Bishop Lewis, those are games they can win. And for Wayne, after tonight, Northside and Southside. So really, whoever can win this game, Joe, is really going to get some momentum.
Bruins start from their own 32-yard line. This time from the right side hash mark, Garrett Chainley looks at a zone. The blitz is coming up. There's a throw, and there's a catch in traffic made at the 40-yard line to the 41. That was Ty Smith at 6'4". The ball sailed a little bit, but Smith at 6'4", able to go up and corral it.
Yeah, you're thankful when your receivers are 6'4", because if you're not as accurate, they make you look better. Heck of a play by Ty Smith to go get that football and to hang on to that after the big hit.
A gain of 8, second down and a short 2. This time, Shanley under center calls his own number, straight ahead carry. Up across the 40 to about the 43-yard line, maybe the 44. And a big block out front there by Connor Stout.
And I think that's what Northrop has to do. It seemed like last week, Joe, Northrop got some momentum and got going when Shanley started to keep that football and run that football. Then it opened up lanes for Casey Lawrence. So to me, the way this game is starting, it feels a lot like last week's game. And Garrett Shanley's going to have to really get involved.
Really haven't seen him execute the read option at this point, but Lawrence is in there. Casey Lawrence flanked to the right side. Now both players check their wristbands. We're approaching 5.5 minutes, time remaining in the first quarter. And play action fake. They'll screen the ball inside and tripped up. The ball pops free and scramble for it. Let's see if Wayne's got it. They do. They'll have it at the Northrop 41. So far, Joe Walburn, this has been a game of turnovers.
Yeah, another turnover for Northrop. I didn't think Devion Berry had the football, Joe. Usually you have to make a football move. I don't think he ever had it. But anyways, it's called a fumble, so another break for Wayne, and it puts Northrop's defense in the hole again. And if Berry hangs on to that football, that could have been a big play because he was coming back across the field to us, and he had blockers in front of him.
So the Generals leading at 3-0 with the ball once again. 1st and 10 at the Northrop 41. And they'll run the ball. Here's Hart trying to turn the corner. Down at the 40, 35. Takes a big shoulder-high hit. As coming across there was Joey Books once again. Also Kyler Doan in the vicinity.
Yeah, Joey Books is a ball player. Joey Books goes 6 feet, 180 pounds, and he hits like he's 240. I mean, you love to see a kid who can run like that and make plays like that.
It is a gain of 7, second down and 3. Boy, something smells good up here, Joe.
Whew, those hot dogs are hot, I tell you what. Oh, man, you're killing me with that. You got to put it right in front of my face.
Motion right to left, counter run, and trying to feel his way. Hart's going nowhere. Checking this. Terrence Friesen is in there. They wrap him up for a loss. So they needed a couple. Instead, it'll be 3rd down and about a long 4.
Yeah, Dorman that time got off the block from his linebacking position and made the play. So, Northrop's defense is tightening now, and what it does, Joe, it puts the pressure on Collins Jones to make a play from the quarterback position. And really, Zach Daniels has been an explosive target. He only has 4 catches in the year, but over 30 yards per catch. I'd watch him here.
And 2 touchdowns. 3rd down and 5. Blitz coming up as play action. Here's Collins Jones, dumps it off. The catch is made, and let's see, it'll be Richard Bass who just checked in there. Usually they use him as a blocker, but he runs after the catch for the 1st down, I think.
That's a great play call. And for a quarterback, when you can do out of the shotgun and reverse with the play action pass and have that option that open, that's a coach calling a play that puts a quarterback in position to succeed.
It's a confidence builder, too,
Absolutely.
for Collins Jones.
Absolutely.
Craig Young stays in wide to the right side. He'll be joined by Ahmad Hill there to the right. Running back is Hart. Tandem wideouts to the near side. We have 3:44 remaining in the opening quarter. As Collins Jones may have checked off here. Play clock is at 1. They get the play off. And here is a run. And here is Hart looking for running room, and he finds it inside the 20. And trying to carry the ball down to about the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. No, that's Terrence Friesen again with the run.
Yeah, that was a nice job by Friesen with his feet. 5'11", 200. He runs the ball through the middle of the line. So it's interesting. Wayne is running a lot of people in and out. They got a lot of pieces here on offense, Joe, especially at the running back position.
Lucas Fender brings him up to the line of scrimmage. He is big left tackle, 240-pound junior. 1st and 10. Collins Jones fakes the handoff. No, he does on a sweep coming to the left side. And there is a hold as Ahmad Hill tries to get down inside the 5. Carried it down to about the 1, but let's see if that one is coming back.
And if I'm Derek Moore, I'm upset with Zach Daniels. Zach Daniels was holding Andrew Silva out there again. Silva did a good job of holding his position, but you didn't need it. Let the back make the play. You just didn't need it. So, big penalty again against Wayne, Joe.
They were going to be knocking on the door, trying to expand on what is currently a 3-0 lead. The penalty moves the ball all the way back to the 24-yard line. So it will be first down. Ball at the 24 of Northrop.
Some other good matchups in the area, Joe. Concordia travels over to Spuller Stadium to play Snyder. Will they have anything left after that heartbreak loss last week to Homestead? And how about Homestead and Bishop Luers over on your stomping ground, playing over at St. Francis? That's kind of exciting tonight.
3 wide to the right side, first down, 1st and 16. Here's I thought it was going to be a double pass, but it's a run after the catch into the flats, that time by Devonair Kelsaw. Turns upfield and brings it inside the 25 to the 20, maybe to the 19-yard line. So he got a lot of that penalty yardage back, and he'll bring up second down. Let's call it 11.
Yeah, the play calling is awesome right now for Wayne. They're attacking the inside. They're attacking the outside. They've attacked the middle of the field in the pass game. So, and I like their tempo, Joe. They're getting in and getting out of the huddle, and their run plays with about 15 seconds left on the play clock. So, play calling excellent for Wayne. I love the tempo.
Bruins just one safety back, and that is Joey Books back there. Collins Jones out of the pistol, drops to throw, throws the slant in and out of the hands at the 5-yard line. And they had a man wide open and trying to make that catch.
Looked like, was that Craig Young that time, Joe? I thought he had it that time. He looked like he had that ball right in his hands, but you got to bring that in and make that play.
So now third down and 11, clock stop with 2:14 remaining in the quarter.
And if I'm Wayne, boy, you really want to cash in some points again, because right now Northrop's flat. But if Northrop wakes up, look out.
So third down and long. Kelsaw in the backfield, offset to the left side. Collins Jones screens the ball. Kelsaw's got it. Fingertip looking to make a move. Spun around, and that's a good play. Once again, Nico Brayster brought him down at the 19.
Yeah, and that's the kind of play that gets the scouts excited about Brayster. Brayster goes 6'3", 290, and really he's probably over the 3-bill range. But that time he runs downhill, chases the running back down an open field, and makes the tackle.
You used to call those guys biscuit because they're just a biscuit short of 300, or
biscuit or pot roast.
There you go. This will be a 36-yard field goal attempt by Luke Andrews, waiting for the snap. And there was movement, and that may cost him another 5 yards.
Boy, you hate to throw away these opportunities, because I felt like last week Northrop was slow to wake up, and this is really an opportunity for Wayne to do something. I imagine they'll probably have to punt now, Joe.
Yeah, Derek Moore says 36, we'll give you a shot, big fella, but 41, nope, we'll bring in the punt team. Trying to play possession.
It's interesting, too. We talked about Derek Moore in the pregame. It's got to be something to come over here and rebuild a program when you played for maybe arguably the best high school football team this area has ever seen. So talk about contrast and patience,
Joe, they're going to run a play on fourth down and long. They're not punting the ball. Collins Jones wanting to throw the ball in the middle. He's got a catch at the 10 and a circle back move by John Allen, looking to get inside the 10. And did he get the first down? No. Now late penalty flags. Let's see if that's going to help Wayne.
It's going to be a face mask. Allen was stopped short. Northrop did a great job with Joey Books and Silva making the tackle out there, but I think that's going to be a face mask on Northrop. And if it is, Joe, that's going to give them the first down. This could be a big penalty against Northrop.
Looked like Allen was going to be about a yard and a half short. Face mask call against Bruins. Wow, what a mistake. And Jason Dorfler will not be happy about that one. Remember how he was at halftime when South made it a one-point ball game just before intermission.
That shouldn't happen. That's fourth down and long, and you get beat in the middle of the field for that kind of play. Northrop is flat tonight, and if I'm Coach Dorfler, I'm very upset about that.
That will move the ball to the 5-yard line, first and goal for the Generals. And Terrence Friesen stays in as the running back, and I'm beginning to wonder, Joe, if Hart might have an injury. Reason motion right to left, and there's motion, and that will cost Wayne 5 yards.
Yeah, and that's what's really been Wayne's Achilles heel. You know, every time they get some momentum going, you know, they tend to shoot themselves in the foot. Now, here comes Hart back in the game now, Joe. So I was wondering, too, because this is his territory. You know, when you're 5'10", 230, you tend to want to run the ball from the 10-yard into the goal line. So this should be a play where Hart should get the football here.
So it'll be 1st and goal now from the 10 after the penalty moves them back 5 yards. Just one little bit over 1 minute time remaining late in this quarter. Wayne trying to extend what is currently a general 3-0 lead. Play clock at 10 as the Generals break from the scrimmage. Offset to the right side. Power I now with Dalen Hart off to the right side. Counter run, spins off a tackle. Got it 2-3 yards down to about the 7.
And that's okay. That's what you want Hart to do. He's going to push the pile and move the ball down. So I would give him the ball here again, Joe.
We've got still 40 seconds remaining in the quarter. Collins Jones checks over to the sideline with head coach Derek Moore after every play. And here come the Generals up to the line of scrimmage. Inside of 30 seconds, time remaining in the quarter. Power I to the left side this time. That's the wide side of the field. Deep handoff, off tackle run, and streaking to the end zone, and a touchdown as Kelvin Divineer-Kelsaw got in there for the touchdown, I believe. Did we see an indication?
I thought he was in the end zone. Books made a heck of a play to come down and make that play. And
oh, wow.
That's too bad. They're going to spot that ball at the 1 yard line. I thought he was in the end zone, Joe. He looked like he put the ball over. It was a heck of a play by Joey Books to get him down, but I thought Kelsaw had that touchdown.
No, it's ruled just short of the goal line with 17.9 seconds remaining. The clock has stopped. I didn't think he went out of bounds. Here come the Generals hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped. Under center is Collins Jones. A one back, and he'll call his own number, trying to get into the end zone. Let's see if he got there. They're going to roll him short again, I believe. And that may be the final play of this quarter. They're going to let the final seconds tick away. We're down to 5 seconds remaining. It will be 3rd and goal for Wayne when we return to Wayne Stadium. 3-0 Generals after 1 in the books here. And this is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
No, not yet. Just a little more sleep.
Come on, honey. Rise and shine. Up and at 'em. Let's get cracking.
Give me one good reason to get out of bed this morning.
Well, I'll give you 2. Egg McMuffin and sausage McMuffin with eggs.
Now you're talking. Race you to the shower. Let McDonald's do the cracking for you with the McPick 2 for $4 special. Get 2 Egg McMuffin or 2 sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches. Or one of each for just $4. Each served all day long. Limited time only at participating McDonald's. Price of single items listed on menu board.
American families are facing a major problem nowadays. It's called extreme student debt. It's affecting graduating students, even those with jobs, for years and years, trying to pay off their student loans. But there is help available to students in Northeast Indiana. From nonprofit Cuesta Education Foundation, Cuesta is ready to provide low-interest or even forgivable loans to qualified Northeast Indiana students. Take a second look. Check Cuesta to see if your student qualifies for a chance at graduating with as little student loan debt possible. Cuesta can make a difference. And it all starts with simply logging on to QuestaFoundation.org. That's QuestaFoundation.org.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
On a beautiful night for high school football with Joe Walburn, I'm Joe Parson. Glad you could join us. Wayne knocking on the door. It'll be 4th down and goal from inside the 1. Trying to extend what is a 3-0 lead. Got that on a 25-yard field goal by Luke Andrews. And now they take a power lineup, full house Bickfield, and they'll give the ball off to the left side and into the end zone for a touchdown, and that's got to be Hart.
Yes, definitely. They gave the ball to their big guy, and Hart clears the path. And the conversion for Wayne, and Northrop's in trouble. Wayne is much more physical this year, and boy, Northrop's asleep right now, Joe.
Well, that's a 1-yard touchdown run. 2nd touchdown of the year for Dalen Hart. Had 18 carries against Lures last week for 134 yards. And the lead grows to 9-0 now as Andrews tries to make it a 10-0 lead. Waiting for the snap. Right-footed kick is on the way, and that went on the way, and good. 10-0 Generals in the lead here at Wayne Stadium. And we'll be back. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250, The Ticket.
At Indiana Michigan Power, we're building the future of energy delivery. From renewable energy to grid innovation, we're developing a smarter way to power your life. With the addition of 4 new solar power plants, you can take comfort knowing that more than half of the electricity that we generate is emissions-free. I&M is honored to sponsor local area high school sporting events and proud to be your hometown energy provider. Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Well, the Bruins struggling tonight. They've had a black kick that led to the field goal, and now a fumble recovery by Wayne. It sets up a 4th and 1 officially. Touchdown by Dalen Hart. 10-0 Generals, Joe.
Yeah, 10-0 here, and we go look at the scoreboard. Over at St. Francis, I don't think anybody's tackling over there on the turf. It's the first quarter. Bishop Luers 21, Homestead 17, so both teams head to 60 over there. Kind of a surprise over at Spoller. Concordia 7, Snyder 6. That's a little bit of a surprise. And Carroll's out in front on Northside. Carroll 7, Northside nothing. And there's no score early on with Dwenger and Southside.
Andrews ready to kick it away from left to right. Luke Andrews approaching, right-footed kick. End over end comes down. Shaitan Vaughn at the 11, spins. Now works back 15, cuts across to the 20-yard line. Got a block. There's a penalty flag and hit short of the 25. So let's see if Northrop now on a penalty is going to be backed up even further.
Yeah, they are going to be backed up, and now it's really about Garrett Shanley. He's got to take this game over, and he's got to get Northrop moving in an offense. You know, you got Shanley, you got Casey Lawrence, Ben Ariza. 7 catches, 151 yards in the season, Joe. So they have the weapons to attack, but that offensive line has to get going. It's time for Garrett Shanley to really will his team forward and to wake them up.
By the way, Northrop did get Kyler Doan back tonight at one linebacker spot. They still are missing Gavin Shanley and Bailey Mirzo. And now the Bruins with a penalty that moves them back to about their own, the nose of the football just outside the Bruin 10. Call it the 11, 1st and 10. Garrett Shanley get out of the shotgun formation. Tight trips to the near side. He'll keep it himself. Needs a block. Cuts an angled run back to the middle of the field across the 15. Got it out to the 16, maybe to the 17.
Yeah, it's a good run that time by Shanley. And by Shanley keeping that football, that's going to open those run lanes for Casey Lawrence. So it's so tough for a defense to account for a quarterback. Puts a lot of pressure on that defense. So I think the more Shanley can keep the ball early on now, it's going to open things up later on for Northrop.
Jalen Royal brings the play in from the bench across the way. That was a gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Shanley works from the left side hash mark, wants to throw. Looks, throws the strong arm throw to the right side. That ball up for grabs and caught. That was taken away by Ben Aruz, I believe, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for Northrop out across their own 40.
Aruza makes all the fantastic catches. He fights off the Wayne defender for the football, and he's just explosive, Joe, averaging 20 yards per catch, and just only a junior, only 5'11", but seems to always make the big play.
Really elevated, Joe, and kind of hung in the air as well, able to take that ball away. 1st and 10. Blitz up the middle being shown by Wayne. And here's a run to the left side. Casey Lawrence trying to spread out to the 40. Turns the corner. Angles down the left sidelines across the 45 and stepped out of bounds. Short of midfield at the 48. Good, hard, quick run that time by Casey Lawrence.
Yeah, 5'9", 190 pounds. The senior plants the outside leg and gets upfield. So I like Lawrence. I think Lawrence is one of the better backs in the conference. And now you begin to see a little bit of life out of this offense for Northrop.
Have not seen Keyshawn Edwards much yet so far tonight. There's a screen, and that one was wide. It intended on a little bubble pass to the right side to Royal. So that one a little bit off target that time by Garrett Shanley.
And that was the trickeration right there. They were going to throw the ball to Royal and have Royal throw the ball down the field. So didn't work. Now it's a big 3rd down. And get back to what you do best. Get back to that option game with Shanley.
I'm not sure that was a backwards pass, though, Joe. That might have been a penalty.
Yeah, it was close. Very, very close and dangerous. And I'm surprised that was the play call on 2nd and short when you're just starting to establish your run game.
Ball's at the 49, 2nd down, or 3rd down, and a long 2. Shaley again with 2 wide to the right side, 2 to the short side to his left. Lawrence offset to the left side and might be changing the play call at the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 10. Shaley, there's a blown play. Shaley expecting the snap, but it never came from Connor Stout. And that'll cost him 5.
It's big. It's going to make it, 3rd and 8 now? So can't have those mistakes. Takes away what you want to do.
That'll move the ball back to the Bruin 44-yard line. And they still have got to get the ball on this snap just across midfield on the Wayne side of the 50. 10:38 remaining in this first half. Fast-moving game so far. A little different from last Friday night, huh?
Yeah, we had the longest game in the conference in the last 5 years, but
we're going to have a timeout called by the Bruins. Bob Shank said certainly the longest game in Northrop history. 10:38 remains the first half, 10-0 Wayne. We'll be back. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
You've heard the saying, it's all about the Benjamins. Nothing could be more true at Tom Steele Tires, where it's all about saving you money. For over 35 years, this family-owned business has been saving Fort Wayne drivers lots of Benjamins. Offering quality tires and ASC-certified mechanical service for your car, and that includes an oil change and tire rotation special, all for just $24.95. 2 convenient locations in Fort Wayne to serve you. Tom Steele Tires, not just a tire store, but a complete automotive center.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, Paul Chodak, who's president of Indiana-Michigan Power. He'll join us talking about electricity. We take it for granted. No, we plug stuff in. We expect it to work. And we'll talk about some of the advancements of I&M going green, going solar. Some interesting stuff coming up at halftime. 3rd down, 3rd and long for the Bruins at their own 42-yard line. Shaley trying to make a play. His team trails 10-0. Blitz again up the middle. They'll run the ball. No, it's a play-action fake. And Shaley throws it as far as he can down the right side. He's got a man, and that's a catch. Down inside the 15-yard line to the 11. And here come the Bruins knocking on the door.
That's a heck of a pass out there, Joe.
Tyler Klybon.
And Tyler Klybon pulls it in. I can't believe Shanley threw it because he had Aruza open underneath. But Shanley, the Riverboat gambler, throws the deep ball. That's a huge play for Northrop to wake up.
1st and 10 now at the 14-yard line. And here's an off-tackle run to the left side. Casey Lawrence tripped up inside the 10, but falls forward down close to the 5-yard line.
And it's the receivers making the big plays for Northrop. Now Northrop seems to have a little pep in their step. They're waking up. They're getting in and getting out of the huddle. Shanley's running the ball. They come back with Lawrence, and they got to really feel good about themselves now with this drive, Joe.
Barry Shatan Vaughn also checks into the ball game. So the Bruins hurrying up to the line of scrimmage also. They got Antoine Washington in there. And they've got a straight eye formation. The give is to Washington up the middle, and he bowls his way into the end zone. That'll be a touchdown run on 2nd and 1. So
wow.
the touchdown in Northrop just like that. They've cut into that lead. They're on the board 10-6.
Just like that, and they do it running the ball and throwing the football. And it reminds me of last week, Joe. It seemed like it took a quarter for Northrop to kind of wake up and get going, but that was an impressive drive. If I'm not mistaken, that was an 85-yard drive right there. So big touchdown for Northrop. Now we got ourselves a good football game.
And by the way, Washington is 6'3", 250, and they wasted little time using his bulk. And now we have another penalty flag thrown by our referee, Justin Shippey. And we'll see what that one is about. Did the play clock run out? No, illegal participation. So that cost them 5, and what is now a 10-6 ball game.
That drives you nuts. You better know with special teams, know what team you're on, okay? That drives the coaches nuts because they practice that so often.
Yeah, your position coaches will call your attention to that, I think. So this one now will be a 28-yard extra point attempt. Another penalty flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. And this one against Wayne.
Yeah,
offsides, encroachment against the Generals.
Going to get the yardage back. How about Northrop, though, Joe, to be able to strike that fast when they looked like they really had nothing going, but to have the weapons and strike that fast?
Joe, 2 big catches, Aruza and then Klybon. And now, once again, the officials come in. Come on, guys, let's get them settled. And
it's kind of a fight where the ball is going to go down. They're telling Wayne to back up and stay out of the lineup on sides, but they're kind of fighting where to line up with the ball.
So this time it'll be a more traditional extra point attempt. Victor Stepik with the extra point. High, got a lot of elevation, end over end, and good. 10-7. Bruins on the board, down 3. We'll step out. IHSAA football right here on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
The market goes up, the market goes down. And if you're a typical investor, you may be playing games, trying to guess correctly when to buy, when to sell. That can be expensive and exhausting. Well, what if there was a local company with tons of investment experience to help you take some of the guesswork and worry out of investing? The name is Stifel, specializing in individual portfolio management. Stifel can help reduce the risk and worry of investing, building you a portfolio of quality, performing stocks and bonds. Give Stifel a call at 260-459-3989.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Welcome back, everybody, with Joe Walburn. I'm Joe Parson. You know, we were talking to Jason Dorfler before the ball game, and, you know, looking the last week, how things can switch momentum-wise, a couple of mistakes. You know, Wayne sailing along 10-0. Now it's 10-7 just like that after a couple of big catches.
And that's the message in football and almost the message in life. Keep playing. You know, something will break, something will turn your way. And that's what happened there with Northrop. And I just felt like with Shanley's ability to make plays, Joe, he would bring them back. So huge touchdown for Northrop. Now we really got ourselves a good football game. But you can see Wayne is much improved this year and much more physical.
So the Bruins ready to kick it away from right to left. Kicker this time is Nick Craighead as he skips up to the ball and squibs it. Low line drive, bounding ball be fielded at the 26. Run upfield across the 30, 35. Angled run to the right side and stepping over a would-be tackler down the right sidelines. Wayne's got a chance, and they were going to score a touchdown. And that is going to be Ahmad Hill. Ahmad Hill, 75 yards on a short squib kick. Oh, there is a penalty flag.
It was a penalty that was about 30 yards, 20 yards behind the field, and they're going to call a clip, and that's unbelievable because that clip happened after he went by, Joe. I mean, he didn't have to touch him, so. Now, that's the head referee out there who saw it, and he insists on it, and that's amazing because that was a heck of a kickoff return by
Boy, the coaching staff for Wayne not happy about that call. No. Ahmad Hill, what a move. And Joe, you know, you don't see that often on a squib kick. That's designed to take away that.
What I liked about what Hill did, Joe, is he got the ball and immediately took off. And when he cut back, he hopped over a couple of Northrop would-be tacklers. That's a heck of a play by Hill, who had 2 interceptions last week. But that's a clip that was 20 yards behind the play. Now, do you call it? You know, I mean, it's such a judgment call by the head referee, and that's so frustrating for Derek Moore.
Boy, the coach is still not happy. He points out. But it's 1st and 10, Wayne at the 39 now of Northrop. And let me just say, Joe, we've been here a few years, and Wayne's not going to get away with anything from the officials. And I'll just leave it at that. Here's an angle run to the left side by Kelsall to the 35-yard line. But this has been a marked football program by the IHSAA. They'll spot that ball at the 36.
And that's what's frustrating is that's how they feel. And I would have left the flag in my pocket. And I think that was a fantastic effort, a fantastic touchdown run. And the issue had nothing to do with the play.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7. Now the Bruins come up and press coverage. Here's Collins Jones, got a block, cuts to the 35. Straight arms one, got to the 31. It's going to be short of the 1st down stick by about 1.5 yards, maybe close to 2 yards. Nice to see a good, tough run. Came in with 17 carries, 34 yards.
Yeah, those numbers are skewed because he's taken some sacks. But I think as a quarterback, he's playing better, Joe, and I think that he's played much better tonight with his decision-making.
Generals in 4-down yardage area. They have 3rd down and 2. 8:25 remains in the first half. They'll give it up the middle. Boy, not much there as spinning Dalen Hart. That time, good job. Riley Batchelder slowed him up until he got some help, and yet we have another penalty flag.
Yeah, it's Brayster and Hart wrestling out there as Hart tries to run through Brayster. He's not going to run through Brayster, but what happened was he got a hold of Hart's face mask, Joe.
Well, that will stop you.
That'll stop you. There's not a lot of guys that can bring Hart down. Big penalty, so now an opportunity maybe for Wayne to get those points back on the board.
When you were playing, did you try to point that out to the officials? Hey, they're got a hold of my face mask.
What I always did was when they grabbed my face mask, I immediately collapsed and went down because 15 yards, it's nice to get 15 yards instead of getting drilled into the ground.
That'll move the ball to the 28-yard line now. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Generals. On the move again, they lead 10-7. Collins Jones out of the pistol. Screens the ball left side. John Allen got a block, cuts to the 25 to the 20. 1st and 10, spins off a tackle, still on his feet, looking to run inside the 10 and got down to the 8. And this kid has got some quicks as well. John Allen, 5'7", junior, 165.
Yeah, he's a good football player, and I love it when Wayne throws those quick screen passes out to him. And that time Jones did a better job of getting the ball to him immediately, because when Allen gets in the open field, he's difficult to bring down. But don't you like Wayne's offense, the way they're attacking Northrop?
Joe, and exactly right. That's why when you talk to coaches around the SAC, they talk about Wayne with some awe. If they get in space with that quickness, yeah, it can be trouble. Screen the right side. Kelsall at the 10 to the 5. Cuts to the right pylon. Touchdown. It'll be a touchdown run of 8 yards at the 7:32 mark. And Devonair Kelsall catching that screen pass into the end zone. And Wayne adds to their lead. Their lead at now 16-7.
And it was the same play except on the other side. So Wayne has located something that they think they can attack on the outside with. And boy, Kelsall, when he gets in the open field like that, he's just so slippery. You're asking one defensive back to come up and make the tackle, and that's very difficult, Joe, at a high school level.
Yeah, a little stop and go move, throws the would-be tackler. Right-footed kick. Andrews just above the crossbar and no good. Apparently wide right, missed the right upright. So that'll leave it 16-7. We'll be back to Wayne Stadium. This is IHSAA football on a gorgeous Friday night right here on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Where do savvy sports fans in the Summit City go when they need to know more than just the score? It's an easy choice. No other media outlet covers the local sports scene like the Journal-Gazette. You get 7-day sideline coverage from the area's most experienced and knowledgeable sports staff. It's a commitment to Fort Wayne that the Journal-Gazette takes very seriously. When you need to know the story behind the story, nobody delivers the goods each morning like the Journal-Gazette. And even when you're on the go, you can still catch up on the latest sports news online at www.journalgazette.net or from your mobile device at www.jgmobile.net. Start your sports day right, every day, 7 days a week with the Journal-Gazette. And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Generals add to their lead. They're up 9 here on visiting Northrop, as it'll be Luke Andrews to tee it up and kick it away left to right. Wind has really eased off from what we saw earlier in the afternoon. Andrews hits it high, end over end, driving Shaitan Vaughn back. He'll take it into the end zone. That'll be a touchback, and he'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Quickly, Joe, some scores around the area. Homestead 24, Bishop Lures 21 the second quarter. So great game over at St. Francis. Snyder starting to wake up. Snyder 13, Concordia 7 over at Spoller. Leo 14, Norwell nothing. Watch out for Leo, dangerous team. Woodland 12, Heritage 7. So that's kind of an interesting score. Other score, Carroll 20, Northside nothing. So Carroll trying to get that beat down from Snyder. Get that bad taste out of their mouth from last week. And last score we had, Dwanger was 21, Southside 6. So take it easy, Saints. Take it easy on my Archers.
First and 10. Here comes Northrop now. They're huddled up, and still 7:31 remaining here in the first half.
Now, good teams answer. That was a good drive with Wayne after the kick return. Now, can Northrop answer and continue the momentum with their offense?
Referee Justin Shippey looking up to the press box. I think they want to change something with the clock. Not exactly sure what that is. Looked like they were frozen in time there on the field. Everybody looking up to the press box, just motionless.
Got a big game tomorrow, and the rest of college football kicks off tomorrow too, doesn't it? So you guys got a big game and a lot of big games across the country.
At least I'm not on the road driving somewhere. Ty Smith caught a big pass earlier in the ball game, split wide to the near side as Shanley, play action fake, rolls to his left, throws back in the middle. He's got a man open. There's a catch at the 30, 35, and across the 40. So they'll have first and 10. That was Aruza.
Yeah.
Wide open in the middle.
Yeah, excuse me, Joe. I love that play action. When you can get in the shotgun and you have Casey Lawrence in the backfield and you can run that play action. Aruza was wide open across the middle of the field. So Northrop starting to get some rhythm and tempo with their offense.
Kleinbond split wide to the right now. Two wide, and there's motion from left to right behind the line of scrimmage. Here's Keyshawn Edwards. No, they faked the ball. It was Garrett Shanley kept it. And being wrapped up and a late push, and you got to be careful there. Well after the whistle that time.
Patrick Cotton, the linebacker, 6'3", 205, got his hands on Shanley. He didn't want to take his hands off him. That's why I say, hey, I'm the quarterback, okay? Get off me, okay? Come on, Mr. Official, help me out.
And you can hear him breathing, Joe, right?
Oh, yeah.
And smell that bad
when
breath.
When that whistle blows, you get off me,
Second down and 10. Shanley again, play action fake. Now lobs the ball high, and that took too long getting out to Davion Berry. He does catch the ball, but paid a price as Wayne was on it in a hurry for a loss.
Berry's explosive, but, Joe, I hate that play to the short side. Because when you run that to the short side, Wayne has so much speed to chase it down. If you're going to run that play to Berry, you have to run that play to the wide side.
And if you do throw it short side, you've got to have something on it. Can't be a softball.
It's got to be quick.
Loss, third down and 12. Bruins trying to reach the 49 of Wayne on this snap. Dropping to throw. Shanley loads up, throws over the middle in traffic. That one is nearly picked off. Double coverage right there at the 30-yard line, but incomplete, and it'll be Northrop bringing on the punt team now to punt it away with 6 minutes exactly remaining in this first half.
Yeah, that was good coverage out there with Wayne. Looked like Dravion Walton got back there to break that play up. So good defense for Wayne. And I think maybe a little bit of danger time for Northrop here because you don't want to give up any more points to Wayne before halftime.
Garrett Shanley back to punt it away. Had two punts last week. Had a long of 49 against Southside. They were short a man. Play clock at 8. Trying to get the snap off. We're down to 4. We're down to 3. Shanley takes the snap, steps into it, and booms a nice wobbly ball. That'll be coming down at the 25-yard line. A run by Kelsaw. Trying to turn the corner. Does. 40, 45, 50. And across midfield into Northrop territory down to about the 47-yard line. Wayne, excellent field position once again. They lead, visiting Northrop 16-7. Still 5:51 remaining here in the second quarter.
How about the special teams for Wayne? They're winning the battle of special teams. And how many times tonight has Wayne had the football inside of Northrop's 50? So, with a quarterback who doesn't have a lot of experience, to start in that good field position, it opens up a lot of plays for Wayne.
And maybe the question is also who's going to win the battle of penalties. Here is Hart in motion. Double pass? No, he'll run the ball after the screen, runs over tacklers, then stood up at the 44-yard line of Northrop. That'll be a gain of about 3.
Why get fancy? I just hand it to him. It's kind of nice to throw it out to him, but big kid like that, just have him line up in the eye and hand him the football.
Gain of 2, gain of 3, second down and 7. Zach Daniels really hasn't seen too much of the ball tonight so far. Part of a 3-wide set for the Generals to the left. Here's Collins Jones, screens the ball again, left side. Kelso, nice move after the catch, 40-35, first down. Still on his feet inside the 30. and looking to gain a couple of more yards down to the 28.
And if I'm the defensive coordinator for Northrop, and I believe it's Mike Chevron, you better adjust. You better roll your corners and roll your safeties up, because all they're throwing, Joe, they're just throwing screens, and Northrop's so far off the ball, by the time Kelsall gets it, he's got 4 or 5 yards every single time, and then it's just murder to try to get Kelsall down out there because he's so difficult to tackle.
Generals at the Northrop 28-yard line now. They'll set it down at the left side hash mark. A little tighter formation now. And they do bring Kelsall up on the wing, but he's got a lot of green to work. They'll throw the ball right side. Kelsall's got it at the 20. And straight arms one, spun around and dropped at the 15. They'll keep the clock moving inside of 4.5 minutes now, but Wayne getting closer to adding to that 16-7 lead.
And they're just attacking Northrop through the air because the cushions are so big. And boy, Kelsall, only 5'7", Joe, the sophomore, but he's a weapon out there, isn't he?
He is. You know, he gives them that quickness, and they've got we talk so often about thunder and lightning. You know, they got the thunder with the big fella, Hart at 225, 235, and then Kelsall at 5'7", 175 with quickness. Shotgun formation, Collins Jones again, motion right to left, and whistles once again, penalty flags. Craig Young came in motion, and that will be procedure, and another costly one. They had the ball at the 15. That'll back them up.
Yeah, it's a shame because they were going to get Young involved and they were going to attack the outside. So I tell you, if they don't give the ball to Hart, Joe, they do all their work on the outside. Northrop's got a lot of adjustments at halftime they're going to have to make.
This offensive line for Wayne averages 242, a man tackle to tackle. 1st and 15 now. Collins Jones barking out the signals. There was movement again, but no penalty flags. And, well, the ball was caught. Zach Daniels, but he was down on 2 knees. So it's not the pros. You can't get up and run. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And let's see if they are going to spot that ball back around the... Well, I don't see... There it is. It's at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Coach Moore was upset with his quarterback that time because there was some room out there for Daniels, but you got to give him a catchable ball, and you got to give him the opportunity to run after the catch.
Wayne could pick up a new set of downs at about the 6-yard line. 3:15 remaining here in the first half. Craig Young in wide to the right and whistles once again. Timeout going to be called by Wayne. So 16-7 our score. Generals trying to get things organized. We'll be back here to Wayne Stadium. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Here's a money-saving tip from Momper, the #1 name in insulation since 1956. Exposed attic ceiling joists and ductwork, or new snow that quickly melts off your roof means you need to add insulation. We'll fill empty sidewall cavities with insulation, even through masonry, aluminum, or vinyl siding with no unsightly holes. Plus, we'll seal your crawl space with urethane foam for a total insulation package. Call Momper now for a free, no-obligation energy analysis of your home.
You're listening to the high school football game of the week on WGL Fort Wayne, Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
2nd down with the ball at the 22-yard line. Generals would, Joe, like to get it at least close enough to get Luke Andrews a shot at a field goal. He has hit a 25-yard field goal earlier in the ball game. 16-7 Generals. Now they'll bring in Hart again, flanked to the right of Collins Jones. Low snap, but Collins Jones looks, throws the fade to the right corner. Battle for the ball. It's caught for a touchdown, Craig Young. That ball was delivered to the outside, and only Craig Young was there. It will be a 22-yard touchdown on 2nd and long at the 3:06 mark.
That was a heck of a play by Young, and it helped being 6'5". But how about Jones? Just muscles the ball out there, and Vaughn and Young were battling, but Young was able to go up and make the catch, and that's the talent, Joe. Only the sophomore, 6'5", and you can begin to see with the philosophy of Coach Moore and some of the talent, Wayne is much, much better.
They are starting to believe. Andrews now looking to add the 23rd point of the night. High snap, right-footed kick is on the way, and that one is no good. So Wayne comes up empty with the extra point attempt, but they still lead by 15 points now. 3:05 remaining in the first half. We'll be back to Wayne Stadium. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and auto owner's insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
Call Tom Newenschwander at Amstus Insurance with offices in Fort Wayne and Ossian, 260-622-4169.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Well, Jason Dorfler not happy last week at halftime. He's going to be even less thrilled here at coming up to intermission. His team down 15 on the road to Wayne. Comes Andrews driving kickoff end over end. Shaitan Vaughn, that'll carry him into the end zone. It'll be another touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. And, you know, Jason Dorfler, before the ball game, Joe telling me that his dad was going to be here, Dean Dorfler, his uncles, I believe, Buzz and Dale were going to be here. The whole family was going to be here. They're not going to be real happy right now.
No, they're not. And Northrop's going to have a lot of adjustments on defense at halftime. And if they're going to get back in this game, Garrett Shanley's going to have to really have the game of his life.
Well, they do have 3 minutes to work with now. They have a 3-wide set to the right. Shanley on the draw, hands it off. There's a run to the right side. It tripped up across the 25. That might have been Keyshawn Edwards. It was. He'll little counter run to the right. He'll pick up about 6 yards.
And we got reports on the first game of the season for Wayne against Dwenger that they played very hard in that game. And I think last week with Lures, they felt like they should have won that game. So it seems like that confidence really has come over into this game for Wayne.
One of the generals came off holding a wrist. Now Shanley flip-flops the running back, and they'll run the ball off tackle on the left side. That's Edwards again. Stumbles at the 30, does turn the corner, and gets the first down. He's out of bounds, and there's a late penalty flag.
Yeah, you can't have that if you're Wayne. Well, you don't want to give easy yards. Oh, it's going to be a hold on Northrop.
Wow.
I thought it was a late hit.
I did too. I thought it was out of bounds hit. But another costly one against the Bruins with 2:19 remaining. And let's see, that'll be a walk-off from about the 36. And it'll take the ball on the hold back to the just outside the 25-yard line. So it's still going to be second down, I believe, and 2nd and 4, but it also ate up some time. Now here comes Ty Smith into the game, bringing the play call in from the bench. Bruins trying to manage 76 yards here in your typical 2-minute drive. They trail it 22-7 on the road. Shanley again looking. Read option. He'll keep it himself. And no, he did hand it off to Edwards, and he angles out of bounds on the far side, picked up the first down.
Yeah, Edwards a good back. Only the junior. Lots of quicks and the ability to run the ball.
And that might be Edwards still on the turf. And we will have an official's timeout. And they'll immediately I believe that was Keyshawn Edwards that was hit right in front of the Northrop bench. Stops the clock with 1:53 remaining. We have a stoppage of play. This injury timeout brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine, a winning combination with the IHSAA. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Every great team has focus and talent. At Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. Our roster includes everything from sports nutrition to keep your body fueled to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more. Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together the top team of experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of every level of athletes. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn more. Parkview Sports Medicine, upgrade your game.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Edwards up and walking, limping a little bit, Joe, when he went to the sidelines, but hopefully he'll be okay. Had a couple of very good runs. Now it's 1st and 10, minute 50 remaining in the half. Shanley again hands the ball up, a little bit of a hole up the middle, but that'll be a gain just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line. Casey Lawrence.
And I'd hurry if I'm Northrop. You have a chance with the ability to throw the ball to maybe get some points before the half and get some momentum.
Now we're down to 90 seconds remaining here in the half. Joe Walburn will be checking with Derek Moore, as he has got to be undoubtedly happy with his team. They've overcome some obstacles. Blitz coming. Was there contact? There was. So they tried to time the snap count, but that didn't work out. Cameron Chambers encroached. Instead of 2nd and 7, it'll be 2nd down and a couple. So improving field position for the Bruins now. They'll have it at their 44-yard line. But still 56 yards away in just a minute 14. The clock is moving. Shanley dropping to throw again. Looks right side, throws. He's got a catch at the 45-yard line of Wayne. They'll pick up a couple of more yards. And let's see, the clock will stop with 1:02 remaining. Hurry up offense now for Northrop, trailing at 22-7 the late going in the first half. Ty Smith, they'll flip-flop him near to the near side. That's the wide side. They'll wind the clock now at 1 minute time remaining. Shanley again hands it off. Spin play. There's Lawrence. Spins across the 40. Got another couple of yards down to the 38-yard line. So a gain of 6. Bruins getting closer. And let's see if they've taken a timeout now. Clock did stop. Not sure why it did stop. And they wind the clock once again. So it'll be 2nd down after a pickup of 5. Shanley too wide to his left, looks to the right. Play clock at 17. Clock running to 43 seconds. Shanley throws to the right. There's a ball caught on his knees by Klybon, and they'll have a 1st down. So the clock will stop as they move the chains. And now Northrop has got it 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of Wayne. Trying to manage the clock and trying to get into the end zone with one late score to get closer to Wayne. Shanley again, play action fake. Looks, left hands it over the middle. He's got a man in traffic, knocked away. The ball delivered a little bit behind the intended receiver, Aruza. He was open for a moment inside the 20-yard line. So that will stop the clock. 27.8 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 10 with the ball coming back to the 29. Aruza goes wide to the right side. He'll be joined by Tyler Klybon out there. Bruins also too wide to the left, the wide side of the field. Blitz is coming. Here's the throw short. Aruza's got it. Steps out of bounds quickly at the 21. That'll be a gain of about 7. Bruins would at least like to have a shot at a field goal attempt. They've not attempted one this year. 3rd down and 3. Shanley again gives to Lawrence. Lawrence runs the ball inside the 15 to the 10. Angles to the outside. Tripped up. He got to the 5 with 15 seconds remaining. Down to 14 now, and they'll stop the clock as they'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and goal. So the Bruins will have a couple of chances. They're hurrying up to the line of scrimmage, and they'll run the clock now with 13 seconds. Shanley under center just will throw the ball down to try to stop the clock. So now that will take the clock down to 9.3. It'll be 2nd down and goal with the ball at the 5-yard line. This time now the Bruins can take just a moment more to try to set up at least one, maybe 2 plays with the ball 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Jason Dorfler came out on the field to actually talk to Garrett Shanley. Now he's back in the huddle. They've not marked the play clock ready, and Justin Shifley, our referee, now does. Ty Smith up on the slot to the left side. Lawrence flip-flop to the right, now to the left side of Shanley. In motion comes Ty Smith as Shanley rolls to his right. Blitz is coming, throws on the move. The ball is caught and into the end zone. Let's see if they've got the touchdown. They do. Touchdown for the Northrop Bruins from 5 yards out with 4.8 seconds remaining. So Northrop does get a touchdown in the late going. That'll make it 22-13. And Stepik will come on with the extra point. So a 5-yard touchdown with 4.8 seconds remaining. Bruins did a good job in that 2-minute drill getting into the end zone. 22-13. And let's see if they're going to try for 2, or will they? I believe they're going to take a timeout and talk over their options. Right now, it's a 9-point ball game, 22-13. So we'll take a break. We'll be back. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250. The Ticket.
Just like your car, sometimes your laptop needs a tune-up. Or worse, a virus hit you, completely shutting down its functioning. But who do you turn to for quick help? The answer might surprise you. Alpha PC Mac Computer. We're the other guys, and we're better. With realistic turnaround times for service, more reasonable rates, friendlier service that works with you and solving problems. Don't settle for the other guys. Try Alpha PC Mac Computer, located just 2 blocks north of Glenbrook Mall. Call 444-3557 and ask for Dave.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our Indiana-Michigan Power halftime show. Stepping on to attempt the extra point. 22-13. Waiting for the snap. And right-footed kick is on the way. Good elevation again by Stepik on the way, and good. So now an 8-point ball game as we still have just under 5 seconds remaining. Again, we'll take a quick 30-second timeout here at Wayne Stadium. IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Did you know the IRS tax code now consists of nearly 80,000 pages of rules and regulations? It's enough to make you cry. But now there's real affordable help right here in Fort Wayne. Walburn Financial Management, a firm that cuts right through the legalese, working hard for you, providing external solutions to bookkeeping and tax problems. Walburn Financial Management, taking flawless care of all your personal reporting, P&L, or even individual tax requirements. Give them a call, 260-459-2240. You'll sleep better at night being assured everything's taken care of. Walburn Financial Management.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Glad you could join us here tonight on the southwest side of Fort Wayne at Wayne Stadium with Joe Walburn. I'm Joe Parson. Next Friday night we'll be at Zoller Stadium, and it'll be the battle between the Concordia Lutheran Cadets and the Bishop Luers Knights. Now let's see how Northrop plays it on this kickoff. Remember earlier they tried to squib the ball, but Devonair Kelsaw returned it for a touchdown that was called back because of a penalty. Should be just about, they may have time for one play from scrimmage. Craighead ready to kick the ball away. And I believe he was getting some late instructions from the bench. And now Wayne brings a couple of more people up close, expecting a low ball. Craighead will skip his way up to the ball and does line drive the ball. That'll filter through back to the 23-yard line. And a run to the right side, across the 35, 40, 45, down the sidelines, and inside the 35 to the 30-yard line. That was a good return that time by one of the up people. That was Amari Fields, but time has run out here. And halftime, it is Wayne still on top, looking for their first victory of the year. They lead 22-14. Joe Walburn down below, and Joe, whenever you're ready, I know you're waiting to get the coach. And when you get a second here, we'll tune in with Joe Walburn and the coach.
Coach, an exciting half of football. Offensively, you have a lot of success attacking them through the air, especially on the outside.
I agree. We've made some plays that we haven't made in the past 2 games. We just got to keep it up 4 quarters.
Now, I know you're an old defensive coach, and I know you're upset about that last touchdown, but what's the message to a young team, to overcome a play like that?
We just got to keep our foot on the gas. We have a mentality after last year, and I understand it. We're up, so let's just kind of relax now because we're up a couple touchdowns instead of, putting our foot on the throat. so to say. You know, we got to have a killer instinct that, you know, we can win some games by 20 or 25 points, and not every game has to be a nail-biter.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Great first half. There you have it, Joe. He's frustrated because of that touchdown they gave up, and he feels like his kids don't have that killer instinct. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the second half, because Northrop really needed that touchdown.
No question about it. Joe Walburn with head coach Derek Moore at halftime, but the Generals have got the lead by 8 here on visiting Northrop, 22-14. We'll be back coming up, our Indiana-Michigan Power halftime show. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250. The Ticket will take a 3-minute timeout.
It's time for the Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 10 event, where there's amazing pricing on every vehicle in stock. Get 20% off MSRP on select vehicles, starting with the powerful Dodge Charger. Take 20% off the 2016 Chrysler 300 with tons of bonus cash available. There's also $1,500 of bonus cash on a new Ram 1500, the longest-lasting pickup in America. And there's $500 of bonus cash on the 2016 Jeep Cherokee. You'll also be able to save on the new Chrysler Pacifica minivan and new Jeep Renegade. Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has the largest selection of vehicles in the area, with over 700 to choose from. Shop them all at GlenbrookDodge.com. It's 10 time with 20% off select vehicles, including the new Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300 sedan. Get out of the heat and under the 10 at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Under the giant American flag on Coliseum, and always online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
Ready to give up on your continual neck and back pain, injections, maybe even surgeries? Nothing seems to be working. Maybe it's time to check with Aaron Chiropractic, where real relief could be forthcoming through a treatment plan including manipulation and exercise. Yes, it's true. A return to the quality of life you thought may have been lost forever just might be started with an initial phone call to Aaron Chiropractic. It all starts with identifying the real source of your pain. First analysis, detection, and then treatment. Why put up needlessly with another day of pain? Call Aaron Chiropractic. Get started back on the expressway road to relief. Aaron Chiropractic, 260-492-8811 in Fort Wayne, 492-8811.
True Goodness Foods by Meyer are made from the philosophy of less and more. Less of what you don't want and more of what you do. There are no hormones or antibiotics in the raising of our meat. And True Goodness Foods never contain any high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. We use wholesome ingredients like peanut butter made from just peanuts and tortilla chips made from corn, oil, and salt. That's it. And at low Meyer prices, True Goodness is good food your family will love. Find True Goodness Foods at your local Meyer today.
Miss a great high school game recently? Or simply want to revisit that game-changing electric play that turned everything all around? Well, now there's a great new opportunity to do just that. Catch all the exciting action of our live radio broadcast simply by visiting SummitCitySports.com after our game broadcast. Plus, many other high school sports highlights to choose from as well. It's all new and available now at SummitCitySports.com. Welcome to the IHSAA Halftime Show, presented by Indiana-Michigan Power. Let's get back to the stadium with Joe Parsons.
We are back. It's halftime. Welcome back, everybody. Well, we want to talk about electricity. You know, electricity, it's that commodity we all kind of take for granted. We plug in our hair dryers, we turn on our lights, we microwave our food, we run our television sets, we expect it to be there. But what really do we know about electricity, where and how it gets into our homes and businesses? Well, to sort it all out, with us here tonight is President of Indiana-Michigan Power, Paul Chodak. And Paul, kind of sort this out for a little bit. You know, we take it for granted. And now with the move towards, shall we say, renewable energy, green power, tell me a little bit about the history as far as Indiana and Michigan Power, where we're at, where we're going.
Sure, Joe. First off, it's just a pleasure to be here. It's always fun to watch the student athletes perform. I've got 2 girls in high school, and it's just always fun to be out and watch them. So I can tell you right now, Indiana-Michigan Power already gets roughly 50 to 60% of the power we provide our customers comes from emission-free sources. We've got a Cook Nuclear Power Plant, which provides roughly 2,200 megawatts, and then we've got a lot of wind and just solar. We're just starting out in solar.
When you talk about renewable energy, that is kind of a wide encompassing field. You mentioned solar, nuclear. Is there anything else out there that goes into that mix?
Sure. We've got a very large coal plant down on the Ohio River also that provides a little bit less than half of the power we use for customers. You know, as we look long term, renewables, really when you're talking about renewables, you mean power from wind or power from solar is typically what people mean. Those are great sources of power in that they have zero emissions associated with them, just like nuclear. The only challenge is that we can make the sun shine and we can't make the wind blow. So we have to have backup power from coal, nuclear, or natural gas to make sure that when our customers flip that switch, those lights come on.
Now, you mentioned solar. I know that in the last year there's a facility down just south of Marion that's come on board, and I just saw recent exciting news that up in Michiana that also there's another facility that'll have some positive impact. I believe I saw something like 365 homes that'll be positively impacted. What else is down the road here? But you're off and running when it comes to solar generation.
Sure. The cost of solar power has come down a bunch, and we're trying to take advantage of that. So we've got 3 solar farms in service now. We've got a 4th one coming online before the end of the year. And really over the next 20 years, we see ourselves adding roughly 600 megawatts, which is a whole lot of solar and a whole lot more wind going forward. But we're still going to need that baseload generation so that when the wind isn't blowing and the sun isn't shining, those lights are still coming on.
I suppose there's always an individual customer that gets real excited about the prospect of renewable energy. They're interested in reducing their energy, and solar may be a way to go. How about for the individual consumer out there? Tell us a little about how I&M can play a role in satisfying their needs and wants.
Sure. You know, our job at Indiana Michigan Power is to provide affordable, reliable power to our customers and to provide it in a way that has minimum impact on the environment and really serves what it is our customers want. So if our customers want to put solar panels on the roof, we'll support that in them putting the solar panels on the roof. But Joe, solar and wind are really about reducing CO2 emissions. And I can build, you know, most of the folks out there I'm sure would understand that it's a lot cheaper to build solar panels in a field somewhere about waist high off the ground rather than to put it on hundreds of different roofs out there. So it's about 50% cheaper if we build it and allow everybody to have access to it than the individual homeowner. But having said that, you know, the customer is the customer, and what the customer wants is what we need to provide.
Speaking of customers, we want to give them a little bit of a resource online where you perhaps can get some more information about solar and other renewable energy alternatives. That would be IndianaMichiganPower.com/solar. That's IndianaMichiganPower.com/solar. I want to ask you, Paul Chodak, as you look into your crystal ball, you look down the road and you're kind of giving us a picture of where we're headed with renewable energy. I guess one of the questions is that those of us that have become so used to, the coal-fired plants, where do you see it? Is there ever going to be a time where renewable energy is the sole source of generation?
So ever is a long time, Joe. But I can tell you for the foreseeable future, we'll still need that baseload generation. You know, the electrons that are flowing through the light fixtures right now came from a power plant about a second ago. We don't store it anywhere, so we need to have power plants running when we want them to run. Having said that, we absolutely expect that renewables will grow in time. We will reduce our reliance on coal and reduce our CO2 emissions on time. We're committed to doing that, and we're making moves doing that today. But long term, it'll all depend on energy storage technology, and you need a pretty big crystal ball to figure out when that's coming on, Joe.
Very informative visit here today with Paul Chodak, president of Indiana Michigan Power, visiting us, and where the future is not only bright, but it's green. Now back to more IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
At Indiana Michigan Power, we're building the future of energy delivery. From renewable energy to grid innovation, we're developing a smarter way to power your life. With the addition of 4 new solar power plants, you can take comfort knowing that more than half of the electricity that we generate is emissions-free. I&M is honored to sponsor local area high school sporting events and proud to be your hometown energy provider.
The game just isn't the game without you. When pain or injury has you sidelined, call Parkview Sports Medicine at
4007. Whether you're aspiring pro or recreational athlete, our team of certified orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, athletic trainers, and registered dietitian nutritionists will provide you with rapid access to comprehensive care and sport-specific rehabilitation. We can get you back to the action quickly and safely. Just call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine, your dream team.
Dude, I'm pretty nervous for this date.
You got this. First dates are all about finding what you have in common.
Like putting sweaters on dogs?
Sure, but I was thinking about going to a place you both like, where you both can get your favorites.
Oh, like McDonald's.
Exactly. But do yourself a favor. Please, don't tell any of your elevator jokes.
But they work on so many levels.
Here's a deal that's no joke. McDonald's new McPick 2 for $2.50 menu includes McDouble, 6-piece chicken McNuggets, small fries, and hot fudge sundae. Limited time only. Prices and participation may vary. Price is single item posted on menu.
American families are facing a major problem nowadays. It's called extreme student debt. It's affecting graduating students, even those with jobs, for years and years, trying to pay off their student loans. But there is help available to students in Northeast Indiana. From nonprofit Cuesta Education Foundation, Cuesta is ready to provide low-interest or even forgivable loans to qualified Northeast Indiana students. Take a second look. Check Cuesta to see if your student qualifies for a chance at graduating with as little student loan debt possible. Cuesta can make a difference. And it all starts with simply logging on to QuestaFoundation.org. That's QuestaFoundation.org.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
22-14 ball game here at Wayne Stadium. Generals on top of visiting Northrop. Let's take a look at the scoring recap. It was a block kick by Wayne that gave them possession at the Northrop 14-yard line. That would set up a 25-yard field goal in the first quarter by Luke Andrews at the 6:48 mark, and Wayne grabbed a 3-0 first quarter lead. Then they would take over on a fumble recovery at the 41. That would set up a 4th and goal at the 1. Quick power formation run by Dalen Hart out of the full house at the 11:56 mark. Actually, the first play snap of the second quarter. Andrews with the extra point, and the Generals build it out to a 10-0 lead. Northrop would get that down to 10-7 at the 9:53 mark on a 2nd and goal touchdown run. A quick hitting play by Antoine Washington. Stepik with the extra point, 10-7, still Wayne by 3. Then an 8-yard touchdown, Collins Jones to Kelsaw at the 7:32 mark. The extra point attempt was no good. 16-7 Generals. Their lead would grow to 15 at the 3:06 mark on a 22-yard touchdown pass from Collins Jones to Craig Young. Nice delivery of the ball in the right corner of the end zone on the fade pattern. Extra point again was missed, though, by Andrews. That left it 22-7. It would be Wayne's biggest lead of the first half by 15 points. But a great job of managing the clock in the 2-minute drill by the Bruins, and they got on the board with under 5 seconds remaining on a touchdown. Shanley to Ty Smith from 5 yards out. Stepik added the extra point, 22-14, and that's where we are here with Wayne coming out. We're waiting for the Bruins, and down there as well is Joe Walburn, waiting for a chance to chat with Jason Dorfler about this topsy-turvy first half. Bruins now coming out onto the field, so we'll hang on just for a moment until we get a chance to get some halftime comments from Joe Walburn and head coach Jason Dorfler, who's got a lot of his family in attendance here this evening on just a gorgeous football Friday night at Wayne Stadium. Glad you could join us, and this is the kind of weather you just want to package and keep around for the next 6-7 weeks. Not going to happen, but one can dream. Next Friday night at Zollner Stadium, our Friday Night Lights feature, we'll have the Concordia Lutheran Cadets playing host to the Bishop Luers Knights. And we'll get you updated on other scores going on elsewhere. As Joe Walburn's waiting for the coach, let's go down and get the comments.
Coach, quickly, how big was that touchdown before the half for you guys?
Oh, it was big. I mean, Wayne is who we thought they were. They're very good and much improved, and we're going to have to fight in the second half.
Attacking you on the outside with their offense, what's the adjustment to try to take away those passes to the outside?
Well, we're going to do a couple things in secondary, try to get more aggressive, but at the same time, they got threats over the top. So, I mean, they're a dangerous team. We knew that going in, and they are who we thought they were.
Okay, good luck in the second half, Coach. There you go, Joe. Dorfler is absolutely correct. They're going to have to make some adjustments to the outside to slow Wayne down. And I think Northrop's a little bit surprised how physical Wayne was in the first half.
And coaches always are faced with the dilemma. You take something away, in turn, you give something. So that's the equation that exists always in football. We'll see how it all unfolds in the second half. Let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with the start of the second half. 22-14 our score in favor of Wayne. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
The Midwest goes by many names. The Heartland, the Corn Belt, the Crossroads of America. But for you, it has another, more important one. Home. It stands for the simple things. Family dinners, baseball games, and long country drives with the windows down. Bonfires, barbecues, and ice cream cones on a Sunday afternoon. And it stands for the values that make all of these things possible. You've built your life around Midwestern values. At Midwest America Federal Credit Union, we have too. That's why we've dedicated ourselves to supporting our members as they work toward their dreams. As your hometown financial partners, we offer practical, dependable service. And since 1936, hardworking families have trusted us to help them with their most important purchases, from mortgages to auto loans and everything in between. Midwest America Federal Credit Union, for your home, for your family.
You've heard the saying, it's all about the Benjamins. Nothing could be more true at Tom Steele Tire, where it's all about saving you money. For over 35 years, this family-owned business has been saving Fort Wayne drivers lots of Benjamins. Offering quality tires and ASE-certified mechanical service for your car, and that includes an oil change and tire rotation special, all for just $24.95. 2 convenient locations in Fort Wayne to serve you. Tom Steele Tire, not just a tire store, but a complete automotive center.
The market goes up, the market goes down. And if you're a typical investor, you may be playing games, trying to guess correctly when to buy, when to sell. That can be expensive and exhausting. Well, what if there was a local company with tons of investment experience to help you take some of the guesswork and worry out of investing? The name is Stiefel, specializing in individual portfolio management. Stiefel can help reduce the risk and worry of investing, building you a portfolio of quality, performing stocks and bonds. Give Stiefel a call at 260-459-3989.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Got a good one going here tonight at Wayne State, and welcome back, everybody, with Joe Walburn. I'm Joe Parson, and Joe, did you have a chance to check maybe a couple of score updates?
Yeah, got some scores to pass along. Over at St. Francis, Homestead is just running the ball all over Bishop Luers, and they were driving in the third quarter, but Homestead 24, Bishop Luers 21. Over at Spoller, last score I had was Snyder 13, Concordia 7, so closer game than what people thought. Leo 28, Norwell nothing at halftime. Woodland 12, Heritage 10 at halftime. Let's see, let's move a little farther along. How about this one, Joe? At halftime, Carroll 33, Northside nothing. If you remember last year, Northside had that touchdown pass to win the game at the end, so a little different this year. Dwenger 28, Southside 6.
Just moving on,
Dwenger's,
right?
Yeah, Dwenger's rolling. East Noble's got a good team, 28-0 over Huntington North. Got those other scores. Good game over in Warsaw, Plymouth 10, Warsaw 7. So good games in the area and a good game here. And you got to love it at halftime when you interview both coaches and they're both mad. I mean, really mad. You send me down to the firing squad, but you know, Coach Moore, he wants his kids to get that killer instinct, and when he has a boot on somebody's neck, finish them. Now, with Coach Dorfler, he's just unhappy because he's surprised that Wayne is more physical than his team, but it's going to be interesting because they were in there really coaching them up at halftime what Northrop does in the second half, especially with a quarterback like Shanley.
I'm going to have to find you a psychologist if this continues this way.
I had some flashbacks with Derek. Derek used to chase me when we were 17, 18 years old.
A little different circumstances.
Yeah, he wasn't too pleased out there. Good game, though, Joe. You know what? You can feel it's a big conference game for both teams.
Exactly. Wayne won the toss, deferred in the first half. They get the ball now to start the second half. Craighead skips up the ball high, end over end, down the middle. and that'll be taken by Kelsaw at the 6. Works across the 10, 15, 20. Angle run near side, turns the corner up to the 30-yard line, still on his feet, trying to stay in bounds, but he did step out of bounds back around the 36-yard line. But this kid is electric.
Yeah, he is electric, and he's just a playmaker. And again, Wayne wins the special teams battle. And I think that's really been a big difference in this game, in the first half. So again, Wayne has good field position. Now let's see what Northrop does in their secondary, because with Coach Dorfler, a lot of the concern was the secondary and how to stop that passing attack.
They'll spot that ball at the Generals' 39-yard line. They'll spread the field 2 wide either side. Empty backfield right now for Collins Jones, but on the sweep hands it off, and nothing there that time as Ahmad Hill running from left to right, but he was met in the backfield and dropped for a loss of about 4 yards.
Yeah, it's Nick Neubauer coming up from his defensive back position, and there's your adjustment. Now the defensive backs cheat up and fly to the football, and now Northrop wants to play this game between the tackles. Now let's see if Wayne can adjust and maybe come back and run between the tackles with heart.
Craig Young, who had a touchdown catch earlier in the ball game, split wide to the right, 6'5", and now he's indicating something that he's uncovered, I believe. They might have been set wrong. Kelsaw was in the wrong position. 6 on the play clock. Motion now from left to right, and you have a double reverse coming up, and coming back from their side is Craig Young. Young gets by 1, 25-30, turns the corner, 35-40, penalty flag once again against Wayne is going to move them back. They are all the way down inside the Northrop 50-yard line to the 45.
And that's the third holding call on Zach Daniels. And every single time it's against Andrew Silva. And Silva's done a good job, Joe, turning that play in, and Daniels just can't help himself but hold. And it's a shame because it's already a big play down the field for Wayne.
You have to feel for the kid. He's over to the coaches and say, what am I doing?
You got to let go. When you initially lock them up, you have to keep your hands to the inside. When Silva turns to run, you got to let him go.
Now Derek Moore's out there and having some choice words as well. It's got to be frustrating because you think you're doing what you're supposed to do, but you're drawing a yellow hanky.
Yeah, and Wayne's better physically, but still some of those fundamentals. And it's the same thing kind of with South last week. You see moments of brilliance, but you have to cut down the penalties. That was a huge penalty, probably 30 yards, Joe.
They're going to move that ball back actually to the 32-yard line now, so it's second down and very long, 2nd and 20. Collins Jones throws it down the left side looking and trying to adjust in the air with Zach Daniels, so they went right back to him. Ball was thrown to the outside, but he was looking to the inside, Joe, and no chance.
Yeah, and Silva did a nice job rolling his hips to close down that space. I like Silva and Books out there for Northrop. They have a good secondary.
Third down and actually 17. Generals trying to reach their own 49-yard line on this snap. Again, they have started with a good kickoff return. Special teams have been excellent tonight for Wayne, but penalty flags have been brutal. Tight trips to the near side on 3rd and long. Collins Jones drops 2 steps, throws to the right. He's got a man, and right through the outstretched fingertips of the intended receiver. Might have been Darius Alexander, but incomplete.
Yeah, we're going to have an injury out there, and let's hope, I don't know if it's Vaughn, let's hope he's okay, because Alexander reached for that football, Joe, but Joey Books came like a laser from his safety position to drop the wood in Alexander, and instead of Alexander, he dropped the wood in his teammate.
That was Craig Young, by the way, that was the intended receiver.
Yeah, excuse me, that was Young out there. I tell you, Joey Book is a fierce hitter, and let's hope that, I don't know if it's Vaughn or who, I think it's Vaughn, Joe. Let's hope he's okay because he got the worst of that collision.
10:44 remains in the third quarter, 22-14 still our score. It'll be 4th down when we return. Let's take a 1-minute injury timeout. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Every great team has focus and talent. At Parkview Sports Medicine, our focus is on you. Our roster includes everything from sports nutrition to keep your body fueled to orthopedic surgery, athletic rehab, and more. Parkview Sports Medicine's got you covered. You can trust us to bring together the top team of experts in sports medicine to improve the performance and treatment of every level of athletes. Go to parkview.com/sportsmedicine to learn more. Parkview Sports Medicine. Upgrade your game.
Hi, Charlie Momper here from Momper Installation. Never too late to add installation. Be amazed at the results in our Momper installation. Retrofit your home adding with high quality installation. When we're finished, you'll save warmer and hopefully save money on your heating bill as well. Momper, #1 name in installation.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Oh, it was Shatan Vaughn who did come off the field under his own power. Meanwhile, the Wayne punt, not a good one. It might have been partially blocked, but it takes a Northrop bounce back downfield, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bruins, and they've got it at the Wayne 32-yard line. Trailing it, the Bruins on the short end, 22-14, but they've got the ball in excellent field position. Garrett Shanley out of quarterback once again. 2 wide to the right. They'll run the ball off at keeper play once again. Shanley lowers the shoulder pads and busted inside the 20 to the ball. Pop free.
Yeah,
Wayne thinks they've got it, and they do. So Shanley coughed it up when they were in driving, trying to get closer, but it'll be the Generals that get the ball back.
Big play. Northrop gets the short field with the block punt, and Shanley promptly turns the ball over. So you felt like Northrop was beginning to get some momentum, and huge turnover. So now let's see what Wayne can do. I like what Northrop's doing with their secondary now. They're playing much more aggressive with their back 4.
Remember, Northrop on 2 other miscues set up scores for the Generals. Now Wayne gets it back. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. And too many people in motion. Allen was moving forward. Kelsaw was in motion. That's got to be problems, and it'll cost them 5.
It drives you nuts if you're Coach Moore, because you're 1st and 10, you're backed up, and you give them 5 yards. And right now, Joe, this is a very pivotal point in the game because Northrop has made the adjustments with their secondary. Wayne just dodged a bullet with the Northrop fumble. In the next 5 or 6 minutes, somebody's going to really grab control of this game.
Collins Jones over to the sidelines once again to check with head coach Derek Moore. It'll be 1st and 15. Generals out of the huddle now, and they'll spread it out. 1 back set, motion right to left. Kelsaw again. The whistles blow. They did, and Wayne's going to be victimized once again.
Yeah, this is Wayne now. Now Wayne's flat, and Wayne's off their kelter now with the second half, and that's what Derek was so mad about going into the halftime, because he wanted to seize that momentum, and his biggest fear was they would come out here flat. And Northrop makes their adjustments. Northrop's being patient because they feel like with their offense, they can do a lot of different things, Joe.
Joe, we see a lot of, even at the college level, and I always wonder when you have motion, is it the motion man? Is it somebody at the line of scrimmage that's moving? And whatever it is, we just see it so frequently at a lot of different levels. 1st and 20 now. Collins Jones, the throw, steps up. Will he run? No, he spun around and dropped hard back inside the 10 and about the 8-yard line. Stepped up but didn't find much room to work with.
Yeah, and that was Wheeler that time, Joe, the 5'9", 225-pound senior. Just absolutely wrapped Jones up and dropped him. And you know what? Northrop looks better on defense. I see the adjustments being made. There was nobody open that time with Book and Silva and Vaughn on the outside locking down the receivers.
Young again splits to the right side. The corners are off about 15 yards defending on him. Collins Jones again has motion right to left. They give it off on the sweep. Here's Kelsaw, spins his way to the 15 to the 20. Still on his feet, breaks out of a tackle. He's in the clear, 30, 40-yard line, near sidelines. A little deep move, got him another 5 across the 45 to the 48. And what fancy footwork by Devonair Kelsaw.
Yeah, he is extremely talented and tough to bring down. And I liked how Wayne came back with the jet sweep. So they're working back to the outside with Kelsaw, and Northrop's backers just cannot make that play tonight.
And now Generals have it at their own 47, 1st and 10. Clock approaching 9.5 minutes, time remaining in the third quarter. Collins Jones checks that Northrop defense. waiting to take the snap, hands it off now. Off tackle run to the right side, and that's Dalen Hart. Hart angles, right side, still on his feet. He's got a first down and stepped out of bounds somewhere around the 40-yard line of Northrop.
He's an absolute load to bring down. And when he begins to plant that outside leg and run downhill, he's going to rumble for extra yards. So.
Yeah, you won't get him with an arm tackle.
No, I think he's an important player in the second half for Wayne, and they need to really utilize him.
He's going to stay in, to flank to the left of Collins Jones, who runs to the left side now. And looking to turn the corner, does at the 40, 35, 30. And down the sideline, stepped out of bounds around the 25, maybe the 26. So again, these Wayne runners are so elusive. They kind of just smoothly glide to where they're going.
They're so fast. It reminds me of the old Southside teams, the way they want to attack the outside. For Northrop, the defensive ends are not keeping the contain. And they're going to hate this film tomorrow when they watch it, because every single time Wayne beats containment, they have a big play.
Too wide to the right, too wide to the left. Tandem receivers here to the near side. Hart, the running back, they'll give it to him. Spins off a tackle at the 25, still on his feet down to the 22, and it takes 3 Bruins to bring him down.
Yeah, he was hit in the backfield at the 26. He spins to the 25 and powers his way down to the 22. Every play is a positive play.
Even when they're hitting him. Kyler Doan was there to finish it off. That'll be a gain down to the 23-yard line.
And I can't emphasize this point enough. It wears the defense down to tackle a kid that big and strong.
Kelsaw up in the slot to the right side. Hart, the running back, flanked to the right of Collins Jones. Now they drop back. Play clock still 10 on the play clock. Collins Jones checks the armband, and he might be changing the play call. We're down to 4. We're down to 3. Takes the snap. Looks to hand it off again. There's Hart. Turns it up. Curls inside the 20. Got it down to about the 18-yard line.
Another good run. And that time you see the vision of Hart to recognize that the hole's to the inside. So he gets inside and gets positive yards.
Now Darius Alexander will check in. He goes 6'6", 235, a sophomore. Where do they find these kids?
15, 16 years old, and he's 6'6", 235? I mean, if I was that big at 15 or 16, I would never buy my own lunch. I'd walk into the lunchroom and say, who's got me, right?
Tight formation, power formation now. Power eye to the right side. They'll give it off to Hart. It was 3rd and 1, and straight ahead in the B gap that time off to the left side, following the blocks of Anthony Black and Calvin Mitchell. And no indication yet if they've got that first down. They have not moved. They're taking a long look.
I think he got it.
Yeah, Wayne thinks they've got a first down, and finally the officials agree.
5'11", 230. Only a junior, Joe. And it'd be interesting to see, with time in the weight room, how that body develops. Because you know what? He has the feet.
Has he got D1 potential, you think?
I think so, with the feet and the size.
Nose of the football just outside the Bruins 15 at about the 16-yard line. 1st and 10. They'll stay in that power formation now. And again, here's a play-action fake and a sprint to the left side by Collins Jones, and he's knocked down back at the 16-yard line. That time they were after him.
Yeah. They read that, Joe.
Seth Kinney got in on the play.
Yeah, they read that. Wayne packed everybody in and thought they could get Jones to the edge. And Silva and Book and Kinney came down and made the play. So that's good defense that time with Northrop. And that sets up a 2nd and 11. And these are the situations that Wayne kind of struggles in. But I would go right back to Kelsaw on the outside if I'm Wayne.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. Kelsaw in the slot to the right side. Now he comes in motion right to left. In misdirection, they'll give it to Hart on a counter run back to the right. And gets it back to about the 17-yard line. Northrop stiffening. So 3rd down and long. Still, it's going to be 3rd down. Well, let's see where they do spot that ball. They're going to change it and set it down. Nose of the football just outside the 16.
That was Sam Stewart that time with Northrop. And Sam Stewart has really strong hands and was able to shed the blocker and make the play. But right now, the level of play is picking up, Joe. The game's getting more physical, and the kids are playing much harder. This is an important play here.
Now they've got press coverage on the outside against Craig Young. Here's Collins Jones, throws the slant. He's got Craig Young there, and a touchdown. 16 yards on the quick slant. The post pattern was there. And a touchdown to make it 28-14. They've double up on the Bruins, the Generals.
It was an excellent pass by Jones. And the reason it worked was timing. He threw that ball early, and he recognized the man-to-man coverage on the outside with Young on Vaughn, and Vaughn had no help on the inside. And nice play by Wayne and a big touchdown, Joe. And now they grab a 2-touchdown lead and also grab the momentum.
Second touchdown pass caught of the ball game by Craig Young. And Luke Andrews now on to try to make it a 29-14 lead. Kick is on the way, and through the uprights, it is good. So Wayne draws first blood in the second half, and their lead is 29-14 over visiting Northrop. We'll take a timeout. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 12:50 The Ticket.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and auto owner's insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies, here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
Call Tom Newenswander at Amscuts Insurance, with offices in Fort Wayne and Ossian, 260-622-4169.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Well, certainly one of the factors of the ball game, Joe Walburn. We've had a block kick, and we've had 2 fumble recoveries that have led to 17 points on the board by Wayne.
And quickly, other scores. In the fourth quarter, Homestead 24, Bishop Lewis 21. Late in the third, Snyder 20, Concordia 14. Also a third quarter score, Carroll 33, Northside nothing. In the third quarter, Bishop Dwenger 35, Southside 6.
Andrews looking to kick the ball. Little low line drive that's caught on the fly back inside the 10. Return of Mill across the 20 for the Bruins. And out to the 30-yard line is where Northrop will go to work offensively now. But they're down 15 for the second time tonight. Shatan Vaughn on the kick return, so he's back and good to go.
I think Northrop's going to have to put the ball in the air now. You know, you're down 2 scores. You had some success in the first half throwing the football. I think you're now going to have that controlled 3-step passing game now, Joe.
Corners come up and press coverage for Wayne to the outside as Garrett Shanley wants to throw. A little crossing pattern. Ruza bobbled the ball and couldn't find the handle. Trying to run before he could get control of it and hit and dropped. That was Darius Alexander that came over and made sure. But, you know, Northrop did show in the 2-minute drill before halftime they could go the length of the field, 75 yards or so. So that's not a problem, but mistakes have been very much a problem.
Yeah, and that's when they were playing their best, when they were really getting in out of the huddle and attacking, throwing the football.
Flyban split wide to the near side. Javier Johnson defends on him. Meanwhile, there's a run up the middle across the 30 to the 33, 34-yard line. And they'll give him another yard to the 35 that time. Keyshawn, I think that's Keyshawn Edwards.
This is danger time for Northrop. This is a big play, a third down here. You don't want to give the ball back to Wayne with the way Wayne's attacked your defense. You need to get the first down here. This is a big play for Northrop.
Bruins against South last week, just 3 of 11 on third downs for 27%. They need a conversion now to their own 40. Shanley, short drop, looks near side, wide open, and a drop of the ball. That might have been a little bit off target, but certainly the ball very catchable. It might have been Jalen Royal, the intended receiver, but incomplete. And fourth down, and we'll see Shanley talking to the referee right now. Not sure what that's about.
Yeah, he's complaining about a late hit. But Royal, that ball, you're right, Joe, is a little bit behind him, but you got to make that catch.
Yeah.
That's 2 drops on that drive for Northrop that kills it.
Here comes the snap. Shanley, the punter. Nice spiral ball that drives back Kelsaw. One hands the ball, then dropped it inside the 20. Works back to the 20, trying to find some running room. Well contained, spun around, and he will be dropped. Well, when they do get a handle on him, you know, he doesn't have a lot of weight to work with. He's going to be spun around like a rag doll. But if he gets in the open, in the clear, he is a danger.
Yeah, it was a heck of a play by Shatan Vaughn, and I played with Shatan Vaughn's daddy. You know, he plays a lot like his daddy. His daddy was kind of a wily player who was very strong for his size, and that's kind of how his son is too. But that was a big play back there, and now for Northrop, they need to stop and get the ball back. And we'll see if Wayne can continue attack to the outside.
Wayne will have the ball at their own 15-yard line. Play clock already running. Collins Jones just now heading back into the huddle. We're down to 13 on the play clock. 5:02 remains in the third quarter.
Better hurry.
Craig Young has had a big night tonight. He split wide to the right. 5, 4, 3. And they're not going to get the play off. Well, they do. No penalty flag. The screen is set up to the right and a high ball. And that one's picked off as Northrop has got it on a turnover. That was Kyler Doan, and they're going to rule it down. Is there a penalty flag out there?
No, and you know what? That play was a disaster from right at the beginning. The play came in late. There was confusion in the huddle. They rushed to get it off. A man comes in motion, Joe, who wasn't supposed to be in motion. Then they try to throw a screen, and Jones just fires it at Hart for the screen. That was a huge turnover for Wayne because now Northrop has a chance to get right back in the game. That's why I'm up here and not down there. Unbelievable mistake there.
There was a penalty that's declined by Northrop. They'll take the interception by Doan. And now a mistake gives Northrop a chance, trailing at 29-14 by 15 points. They've got it at the Wayne 20-yard line. Bruins trying to fight from behind. Shanley with 2 wide to the right. Play action fake. Screens the ball, and that was tipped away and knocked down. Good defensive play on the far side there.
That was a nice play out there. Just looking at who made that play, but that was a heck of a play out there, Joe. I think it was maybe Cameron Johnson maybe made that play, but boy, it seems like when Northrop gets the field position, Wayne's defense tightens.
Flybonds had a big catch tonight. He split wide to the right. Press coverage on him. And they'll run the ball up the middle. And breaking to the outside, there's some running room. And they will be down close to the end zone. Did they get in? No, it'll be down to about the 4-yard line.
And, you know, Lawrence picks his feet up and puts them down so fast, Joe. He barely has a stride, but he's so quick picking them up and putting them down. And just that's the first time Northrop really has broken the middle of that Wayne line. That was a big run by Lawrence.
Casey Lawrence all the way to the 2, in fact. First and goal from the 2-yard line. Now they're going to bring in Antoine Washington, the up back in the eye. Casey Lawrence is the tailback.
I'd give it to Washington because last time Wayne had no hope tackling him.
And let's see, under center is Shanley. Does give it to Washington, straight ahead. Plunge, did he get in? Down close to the goal line, no indication yet. No, he's short, and it'll bring up second down and even shorter.
Yeah, that's Christian Thomas, only 180, comes up and makes the tackle on Washington, who goes 250. I think they'll probably give it to Washington again, Joe.
Why not? He's had 1 touchdown already tonight. Still a long way to go in this one. Just inside of 4 minutes here late in the third quarter. 29-14, but the Bruins knocking on the door. Davion Berry wide to the left. And the straight ahead carry, there is Washington. And is he in? Yes, touchdown. So, Antoine Washington for the second time tonight, officially from a yard out. So the interception turns into points on the board at the 3:40 mark. And Northrop still with life.
Yeah, Wayne lets him right back in the game with the interception. And this is going to be an exciting fourth quarter because these teams are pretty evenly matched. And we're going to learn a lot about Northrop if Northrop can rally to come back in this game.
Northrop was running up to the line of scrimmage. I thought they might try a little try for 2, but no, it'll be Stepic on to attempt the extra point. Trying to make an 8-point ball game, and the extra point looks good. End over end delivery through the uprights is good. So that will make it 29-21. And we'll be back, and the game tightens once again here between Northrop and Wayne. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Just like your car, sometimes your laptop needs a tune-up. Or worse, a virus hit you, completely shutting down its functioning. But who do you turn to for quick help? The answer might surprise you. Alpha PC Mac Computer. We're the other guys, and we're better. With realistic turnaround times for service, more reasonable rates, friendlier service that works with you and solving problems. Don't settle for the other guys. Try Alpha PC Mac Computer, located just 2 blocks north of Glenbrook Mall. Call 444-3557 and ask for Dave.
Ankle.
You're listening to the high school football game of the week on WGL Fort Wayne, Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Northrop back within 8 as we've got Darius Alexander. I believe that's a cramp issue. Hopefully, they're just only a cramp. Working on him. Remember, you can catch video highlights and game replays most anytime at SummitCitySports.com. Usually most weekends you'll have at least 3 high school football games to take in with highlights and interviews and other sports as well, as Alexander limping off the field but under his own power.
They need him.
Another big kid, 6'6", 235, a sophomore.
Yeah, they need him. I think that was an ankle. He got his ankle rolled up on. So let's see if they can maybe get it taped and get him back in the game. Good game, Joe. Very competitive. I tell you, both these programs are better.
Well, who will survive the battle of turnovers here tonight?
Yeah.
Most recently, the interception, giving Northrop a chance to get closer. Antoine Washington, a pair of rushing touchdowns tonight in short yardage situations. Now Craighead will tee it up, and Kelsaw's back deep. Waits inside the 10-yard line. And you got to know that they want to kick away from him if they can.
Yeah, I would not kick it to Kelsaw.
Craighead skips up to the ball and drives it to the far side. That one will go into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So it will come out. That was Kumari Hassan. So 1st and 10, Generals at their own 20-yard line, trying to manage the clock. Now 3:38 remains in the third quarter.
It's a big drive here. We're going to see who can get the best of who on this drive. Wayne would like to string one together heading into the fourth quarter. Northrop would like to get another stop.
Zach Daniels checks into the ball game, comes wide to the near side. And DeAndre Collins-Jones, the 5'10 senior quarterback, runs the ball up the middle, and there is Hart just bouncing around like a pinball, but straight ahead carry across the 25 and up to about the 27.
That's a good first down play. You know, get sailed into your offense and run hard. And at this point in the game, Northrop's going to begin to get a little bit tired, Joe. So this is where Hart becomes even more effective with his size.
Gain of 7, second down and a short 3. Clock approaching 3 minutes, time remaining in this third quarter. Daniel splits wide to the left side. They've got an offset power, and there was movement again. You could see that was John Allen, I think, that moved up in the wing position just before the snap, and that'll cost him 5. And
there's absolutely no explanation for it. John's just hopping up at the last second, and when you bring somebody else in motion, you have got to stay still. So.
And Joe, you're not even involved in the play.
You're
really.
Not involved in the play. You're not in motion. He's just hopping, and I don't know what's that all about. And I see they just got him out of the game.
That'll bring Ahmad Hill back in. So they'll move him back 5. It's second down, and let's call it 7. Collins-Jones looking around at the referee. And it looks like they're trying to reset the clock in some fashion once again. Play clock at 22, so that's not a factor. Anthony Black ready to snap the ball, and there's motion again. They'll hand it on a sweep. Coming left side, there's Kelsoft, 25, trying to make a deep. Another penalty flag against Wayne, and a little late hit. That's going to be an out-of-bounds hit against Northrop.
And Joey Book wrapped up Kelsaw and kind of rode him to the bench. I think we're going to have a hold on a Wayne out there, Joe, so I think we might have some offsetting penalties, yeah. Kelsaw so strong that I think Book was just trying to get him down the sideline.
Well, he did. Justin Shippey, our referee tonight.
Yeah,
wasn't a big hit, but came out of bounds.
Books goes 6 feet 180. He plays like he's 240. He's so physical.
The officials still pointing and discussing. Meanwhile, we have 2:48 remaining here in the quarter. Maybe they need calculators. Is that the solution? Should have taken more math, you know.
Yeah.
My wife's listening in here late tonight, and she can help them out.
God bless her. She's been doing it a long time, hasn't she?
Yeah, we're both like Methuselah now. Okay, that should be. Well, I would have thought offsetting, Joe, but
I thought so too. So they went back and assessed the hold from the spot of the hold, and then they assessed the personal foul. So it's going to come out in Wayne's favor, Joe, and I think it's going to end up being maybe a 3rd and 1 possibly.
Yeah, they won't need much. Put the ball down just across the 30-yard line. They got to get to the 31.
After the mark-off, we have a first down for the Generals.
Oh, now they do indicate first down. So how's that saying go? Are you going to believe me or your lying eyes?
Exactly.
Right?
So big penalty against Northrop. Big break for Wayne.
New set of downs for the Generals, leading at 29-21. Inside of 3 minutes, time remaining, third quarter. A little tighter formation now for Wayne. As a low snap gets below, and here's Collins Jones has to go back and fall on it, back inside just outside the 20.
This is what's hurt Wayne the last year and a half. Mistakes like this. First down, you're in good shape, you're up 8 points, and you have an issue with the snap. That's the first time they've had that.
Now the General's going to take a timeout. 2:32 remaining in the quarter, 29-21. But it will be second down and much, much longer when we return to Wayne Stadium. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Every small business person has the same dread: taxes, reports, and bookkeeping. What are you to do? You know you can't afford the big guys to keep you legal and solvent. Well, now there's Walburn Financial Management to save the day. Here's their number. You're going to want to remember this one: 260-459-2240. That's 459-2240. Why? Well, Walburn Financial Management specializes in the little guy. With reasonable rates and sensible retainers, Walburn Financial Management, simply perfect for the small business budget.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
You know, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, how is the business going?
Very good. You know, we've got that new location that we moved out to this past year, and that's nice. And business is good. I mean, our dear old government makes business good when you do taxes. So
nobody can figure them out.
Well, the problem is the CPA firm does well. Other small businesses don't. So hopefully we can get that switched around with some better politicians.
Ball back at the 20, so it's 20 first, second and long. They're going to try to sweep the ball, but too many Bruins there. They do get across the 20 out to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line, but that one did not fool a lot of folks.
Yeah, Northrop's doing a better job with their contain on the defensive ends, Joe. So they're trying to keep those plays inside and minimize what Kelsaw can do. So now it's a big third down here, and if I'm Jones here, be careful. You know, you're deep in your territory. Don't make a mistake and give Northrop the short field.
Two safeties back for the Bruins now. It's going to be third down and 20. Collins Jones to throw. Looking, throws to the middle in traffic, and that one's through the outstretched hands in the middle for Devonair Kelsaw, incomplete. So it'll be fourth down, and Northrop will get the ball back with inside of 2 minutes, time remaining in this third quarter. Down 8.
Yeah, good defense again for Northrop, and now a chance for Shanley and company to go down and get some more points. So this is going to be a very interesting fourth quarter, Joe.
Davion Berry waits back at the Bruin 45, now moving up closer to midfield. Bailey Sallery, the punter right now, inside the 10. Waiting for the snap. Long count from the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. And boy, play clock, I believe, ran out on the Generals. Delay game against Wayne. Another costly mistake.
Yeah, and the penalties really begin to mount here in the second half for Wayne. And I think Northrop's just too good to continue for Wayne to make these mistakes without Northrop making them pay.
Now that'll back Wayne up with their punt coming from inside the 5. They still need a good snap. Got it there. Rushes on. Nice high. Not all that long. And this one will take a bit of a Wayne bounce to the 45. Still moving down to about the 42 that time as Davion Berry just backed away from it. Didn't want to take a chance of flubbing that ball, and it is going to be Northrop very good field position now. 1:51 remaining in the third quarter late. Still a 29-21 ball game, and the Bruins trying to get within one or maybe tie the game, depending on if they score and try for a two-point conversion.
And now the opportunity really to throw the football a little bit with the short game, maybe get Casey Lawrence involved. But this is where if you're Coach Dorfler, you look at your senior quarterback and you say, come on, baby, I've had you for 3 years. These are the games that I need you, and I need you to make a difference here.
Keyshawn Edwards is the running back, checks in, flanked to the right, a little bit behind Garrett Shanley. They'll work from the right side hash mark now is Shanley. Pump fake with the left hand, now throws the slant, got it caught. Reaching out, that'll be a gain up to about the 49-yard line.
I just like those quick hitting routes, Joe. Shanley throws those well, and Northrop has a lot of weapons.
Aruza was one of them. He had the catch on the quick hitting play. Flybond now. They've got people moving around, but they get set. They reset Edwards in the backfield now. Still 24 on the play clock. Plenty of time as Shanley moving personnel around. Edwards to the left side. They'll hand the ball to him. Off tackle run. Looking for some running room. Trying to turn the corner and does. Lowers the shoulder. Got a first down though. Down close to the 47, maybe the 46 of Wayne.
Yeah, great run. Plants the outside leg and has so much speed. And what a compliment to Lawrence Edwards is. You know, he had that big kickoff return for a touchdown against Homestead in week 1, so you know he's explosive. And Wayne looks a little bit tired on defense too, Joe.
Edwards went 89 yards in that season opener. Play action fake again. Shanley rolling to his left, throws over the middle, and that one incomplete, a little bit too high. Aruza might have been the intended receiver, but he was well covered, and Shanley had to get rid of it. And by the way, kind of holding his right arm a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, what he should have done was thrown the ball earlier underneath to Jalen Royal. He looked over and had Royal, but he got greedy and wanted to push the ball downfield. Hey, in this situation, take what the defense gives you.
Here comes Ty Smith bringing in the play from across the way. They will split Berry wide to the left side. Up in the slot is Ty Smith. Motion now. Aruza right to left behind the line of scrimmage. And here's the read option. They'll give to Edwards. Edwards looking for running room in an open field. Tackle knocks him down. Big play defensively. Terrence Friesen came up with the open field tackle to limit it to a yard gain.
Yeah, Friesen's one of their leading tacklers, and that time Edwards plant the outside leg and get upfield. He bounced it to the outside, and Friesen makes the play.
Hurry up offense now for Northrop. Now they back away. Still 23 on the play clock. We're down to 26 seconds remaining in the quarter. Shaley is going to check off and change the play call. Two safeties back for the Generals now on 3rd down and 9. Shaley drops, looks, steps up. He'll run. Now throws on the run. He's got a wide open grab. Aruza at the 30, at the 35, and another yard to the 34. He will have the first down for Northrop.
Heck of a play by Shanley to move around the pocket. I like it when he slide steps and steps up, and nice vision to find Aruza. This is going to be a very good fourth quarter.
Now it's Northrop trying to play fast here in the late going. 16 seconds remain in the quarter. Head bob by Shanley, and now officials come in. Well, the quarter ends, that's why. So it'll be 29-21. Wayne holding on, but Northrop putting things together when we return for the fourth quarter. IHSAA football right here on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
True Goodness Foods by Meyer are made from the philosophy of less and more. Less of what you don't want and more of what you do. There are no hormones or antibiotics in the raising of our meat. And True Goodness Foods never contain any high fructose corn syrup, artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. We use wholesome ingredients like peanut butter made from just peanuts and tortilla chips made from corn, oil, and salt. That's it. And at low Meyer prices, True Goodness is good food your family will love. Find True Goodness Foods at your local Meyer today.
American families are facing a major problem nowadays. It's called extreme student debt. Protecting graduating students from their jobs year to year trying to pay off student loans. But there is help available to students working for him. Nonprofit Questa Education Foundation, Questa is ready to provide low-interest or even forgivable loans to qualified Northeast Indiana students. Take a second look. Check Questa to see if your student qualifies for a chance at graduating with as little student loan debt possible. Dyslexia can make a difference. And it all starts with simply logging on to dyslexiafoundation.org. That's dyslexiafoundation.org.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250. The 6.
First and 10 from the 34-yard line. Here's a run by Shanley. Keeps it, calls his own number. Had a couple of yards picked up down to about the 32. Wrapped up and driven back.
Quickly, Joe, we'll go through some scores. Homestead just scores over at St. Francis to go up 38-27. Snyder's now rolling downhill on Concordia, 41-14 Snyder. Over at Northside, it's Carroll 40, Northside nothing, and Dwenger 35, Southside 12.
Gain of 1 for Shanley, 2nd and 9. He's got 2 wide to his left, including Davion Berry. Looks left side. Now throws the fade. He's looking for Berry and the fit race and knocked away. Good defense both ways. That time Wayne well defended. Berry trying to hand check and hand fight on there. He goes 5'10", but Wayne pretty good D.
Yeah, good D by Ahmad Hill. Listen to this, folks. 5'4", 145. But he had 2 picks last week against Lures. And you know what? Hill had Berry under control there. So.
3rd down and 9 for the Bruins. They've got it at the 33-yard line now. Trips package wide to the left side, and they'll hand the ball, and there's running room up the middle. As a gain inside the 25 down to the 24. A good job of selling that it was going to be a pass. That wasn't. It was a run play by Garrett Shanley. They've got a 1st down.
That was a gutsy play call by Northrop to run the draw to Lawrence. But you're right, Shanley sold it. Lawrence just gets just enough to push the chains, and a huge conversion for Northrop.
Ruza up in the slot to the right side now in 1st and 10. Now he comes in motion. Working to the wide side to the left, but they'll run the ball again. Off tackle run, and that'll be a gain down in the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Edwards runs hard, and it just seems like he's also added another dimension here in the second half, spelling Lawrence, so Northrop always has a fresh running back in the game.
Keyshawn Edwards, this latest carry, and Casey Lawrence before that. Tyler Smith now up on the wing to the right side, 3 wide to the right. Wayne comes up in rather tight coverage now as Shanley drops to throw, bobbled the ball a little bit, throws the fade to the right side. Got a man out there, and the ball is fought for. Let's see how they're going to roll it. A touchdown catch. Was that Klybon? We'll have to wait and see.
What a play. I think it was Klybon.
Yeah, it was.
What a play to go get it. And they're going to throw a penalty flag. And you know what? I don't like the penalty flag, because you know what? That was one of the best catches we saw all season long. Hey, let him celebrate a little bit with his teammates. What a pass, Joe. But my gosh, how did he catch that football?
Yeah, that looked like pretty good defense by Wayne down there in the end of the end zone, the right corner of the end zone. Officials conferring.
What a catch. What a big-time play.
And, Joe, now you've got a decision if you're Jason Dorfler. 29-27, still tons of time, 10-11. Do you take the extra? Well, I guess it depends on the penalty here.
And that's why I hate that penalty. You know what? Kid just makes an out-of-his-mind catch. He jumps up and down with his teammates, and they throw the penalty. Now, the penalty, you have to go for 2 here, but now the penalty totally impacts it. Maybe you're right, Joe. Maybe you'll kick it here. But, you know, there's certain points in the game, just leave the flag in your pocket. Let the kid enjoy the moment. I hate that penalty flag.
Penalty is going to move the ball out to about the 17-yard line. And let's see if they're bringing Stepek on to attempt a very long extra point. This would be about a 36-yard extra point. That's a major foul. The unsportsmanlike conduct. Actually, it's celebration call. So 36 yards to cut it to 1 with 10-11 remaining. Here's the snap, right-footed kick. He's got the distance. Does he have the angle? And he does.
Wow.
Well, that was not easy. 36-yard extra point. And we have a 1-point ball game, 29-28. And we'll be back. This is IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
At Indiana Michigan Power, we're building the future of energy delivery. From renewable energy to grid innovation, we're developing a smarter way to power your life. With the addition of 4 new solar power plants, you can take comfort knowing that more than half of the electricity that we generate is emissions-free. I&M is honored to sponsor local area high school sporting events and proud to be your hometown energy provider. Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Well, we got a good one going on Friday Night Lights here, Joe Walburn, and I would like to have seen him maybe try for the 2-point conversion. We might be looking at a 5-6 overtime game.
Absolutely. You picked a good one here. This is a very competitive game. You know what I like about this game, too? Both teams want the win so bad.
No question.
Especially Wayne. Wayne hasn't had a win since 2014.
A long time, 13 straight ball games. Kelsaw back deep along with Allen. They wait inside the 5. Craighead, who has that very unusual delivery running up to the football. He skips a couple of times. He's ready, and there's the skip, and there's the kick. End over end, down the middle. Kelsaw looking for it. He's got it at the 5. Up the middle, 10, 15, 20. He's got a bit of a hole. Spun around across the 30 and got out to the 34-yard line. And you kind of hold your breath every time that little guy touches the football.
Yeah, special teams again for Wayne. If it wasn't for Nick Dorman making the tackle, Kelsaw probably takes that to the house. So here we go, 10 minutes left in the game. How big are these possessions now? And can Wayne clean it up with the penalties and the turnovers?
Yeah, the Generals seem to be fighting themselves with penalties as much as the Bruins. And just the little things, that the motion and the procedure calls that just really bit them in the rear.
And can Northrop keep the contain with their defensive ends and not let Wayne gash them on the outside?
Here's a power eye to the left side. They'll give the ball to Hart, and he struggles across the 30. Got to the 32, maybe. So he'll pick up, let's see if they're going to give him a gain up to about the 33, maybe a short gain.
Yeah, I tell you, those linebackers from Northrop are starting to pick it up, and they're playing better.
Early on, we saw Collins-Jones with success with the screens, where they could isolate their quickness and especially with a blocker in front. This time it's offset to the right. Collins-Jones picks it up off the ground. Here's a cutback to the left side and a gain to the 40 to the 42-yard line. And that was Terrence Friesen.
Yeah, Friesen's a good athlete. He came in tonight with 10 tackles on defense, but I like it when they put him in the backfield too, because when you come in with Friesen and Hart, it's kind of that big back mentality. Then you have the quickness in Friesen.
And now Justin Shippey comes in and waving his arms. He's ready to take off as he wants to talk to some of his officiating crew. They've given him a first down. I think he might be questioning the spot of the football.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be pretty close, and we might have a measurement in that situation.
29-28. Wayne with the ball and a lead of 1. And right now they look to have the football at their own 43 and a first down, but that is yet to be decided.
This is where you have your senior starters. You have about 8 senior starters for Northrop. You feel like you're much improved on defense. Wow. This is where you want to show it.
Well, there's some animation going on out there right now. Derek Moore out on the field getting an explanation, asking for an explanation from Justin Shippey.
They moved the spot back. Shippey decided to change the spot, Joe, I think, and moved it back a couple yards. And to be honest with you, I don't think this has been that great of a game tonight with the referees.
Well, they are definitely in charge. They have left no doubt about that.
If you spot the ball and it's a first down, you move the chains. How do you come back and spot the ball 2 yards back? It's not a yard. It's 2 yards back.
But Joe, everything is so elaborated, and
I agree.
They just take forever. Well, I guess they're going to bring the chains out. I know they want to be accurate.
I know,
but there's a fine line sometimes.
They're not bad guys and not a bad crew, but it just seems like some of these calls are.
And now Derek Moore's not happy about the spot.
No, I wouldn't be. I thought they moved it so far back. I think they're short. We'll see here, but they're short.
They're short by about 2 inches.
So I just, just give the ball to Hart here, get the first down.
But this is why these games last for 3 hours.
Yeah, they do. They're long games because
they just
so much indecision.
I mean, we're going on, about 3 minutes, 4 minutes now since the last play was executed.
It kills the momentum of offensive football, too, because you're standing in the huddle. It's a big play.
And people don't come out. They don't want to see a debate, and here we go. Third down. They'll hand the ball off. Here's a run to the right side, and that's Kelsall as he kind of cartwheels himself across the 45 to the 46, and no doubt about that time, they'll have 1st and 10.
Yeah, he was trapped in the backfield by Books that time, but he's able to get upfield and make the play. So I tell you, Kelsall is a really hard runner. I might come back and get him the ball again.
I tell you, Derek Moore had his team circled around him on the field, and he is animated as well. You mentioned it earlier. Both these coaches, this is a big game for both of them.
It is. It's a very big game for both of them.
8:34 remaining in regulation. Wayne with the ball and a lead of 1. Here's a low snap. They'll hand the ball. Kelsall off tackle the left side. Cuts it up. He's got a first down, tripped up all the way down to the Northrop 40. Again, he was that close to breaking a bigger one.
Yeah, excellent move to plant the outside leg and get back inside. And I would ride Kelsall right now if I'm Derek Moore.
Well, they're going to bring him up. No, that's not Kelsall coming out. Yes, it is.
Leave him in the game.
Bring Friesen in.
Get him some water and get him back in the game.
Well, he won't be out long, I assure you. Might need just a quick blow. 1st and 10 now at the Northrop 40. Wayne with 13 straight losses going back to October of 2014. They've been in every game this season. They're 0-2. Led Lures much of the first half last week, and now they've led twice by as many as 15. Their lead is 1. Long count from the line of scrimmage. They've got that offset eye to the left side. Skipping up, and there's a hole for Dalen Hart.
Wow.
He, it didn't look like there was anything there, Joe. Maybe about a 2-yard gain. He'll turn it into a gain of about 7.
Boy, he got flipped around and was stumbling backwards and still running hard. I tell you, between Hart and Kelsall, you've got pretty good weapons to kind of wear Northrop down. And you have to wonder, too, now, is Northrop getting tired?
And you got to credit that Wayne line, offensive line. They average 242 a man, and they get just enough angle on their Bruin counterparts to allow Hart to step through or get perhaps Kelsall to the outside. 2nd down and short. Collins-Jones taking a long time now. Looks to hand it off once again. Off tackle run. There is Kelsall. Straight arms one. He's on his feet at the 30, 25, and run out of bounds down around the 22.
Another good run. You don't see Joey Books miss very many tackles. Kelsall beats Books with a stiff arm to put him on the ground for the run. And you can almost see Wayne's gaining strength, and they might just smell that first victory.
If they don't hurt themselves,
they
Joe.
Don't shoot
you always
themselves
have
in the
to.
foot.
Unfortunately, you have to offer that
assessment. That's true.
At the 23, 1st and 10, Kyler Doe made that tackle for Northrop. Casey Lawrence in on defense now. Tandem receivers out far side. They'll run the ball hard, off balance, fought his way down to the 22, maybe the 21. Now they're going to mark him stopped at the 22.
And it's effective, Joe, because you run Hart between the tackles. You get Kelsall a breather, and then you bring Kelsall or Hall back in, and you tack him on the outside again.
And I'll tell you what, Wayne is managing the clock.
They are.
We're down to 6:43. And a coach will tell you 1-point win is as good as a 50-point win. Well, maybe not. Right now, Derek Moore would take a half-point win.
Take whatever he can get.
One back look, 2 wide either side. Tandem receivers both sides of the field as Colin Jones looks, takes the ball himself, cuts back to the right. He's at the 20, to the 15, to the 10, in the 5, down to the 2-yard line, maybe the 1. That close to scoring a Wayne touchdown, Collins Jones.
It's a great play call. It was a trap play for the quarterback, and Jones does an excellent job of reading it to break into the secondary. So 1st and goal, maybe a victory for Wayne, Joe.
Clock continuing to move, approaching 6 minutes, time remaining. It'll be 1st and goal for the Generals. Nose of the football just outside the 1. They'll go into that power formation right now, 1 wide to the right. They'll hand the ball. That's got to be Hart. trying to get into the end zone and knocked back. Did the ball pop free? They said Collins Jones had to fall on it. So again, Wayne dodging a bullet.
That was close. Big defensive stand for Northrop. That was close for Wayne. That would have been a disaster. So what do you run here now, Joe? I think I feed the ball to Kelsaw. And look, is that Hart coming off?
Officials have got a timeout.
Yeah, I see Hart coming off, kind of holding his arm, Joe.
I think that was for the injury. He ran off the field, though, himself. 5:36 remaining. It'll be 2nd and goal, but now the ball back at the 4. In fact, it looks very close to the 5-yard line. They'll go in that power formation once again. Power to the right, to the left side. Friesen is the tailback. And Hart is the fullback off to the left. And here is the handoff, and there is Friesen looking to turn the corner, cuts it back and fighting down inside the 5, got it down inside the 3, maybe to the 2-yard line. That'll keep the clock moving. It'll move inside of 5 minutes before the snap of the football on 3rd and goal.
Well, I thought Friesen had it, Joe, and Books comes up and makes the play. Huge 3rd down here.
They'll spot that ball outside the 2. Kelsaw comes back into the lineup. And they've got, I believe that's Craig Young wide to the right. He's caught 2 touchdown passes tonight on 3rd down and goal. Collins Jones with 12 on the play clock. Waits for the snap. Penalty flags fly. What do we have here?
I think
Looks against Wayne.
I think it could possibly be offsides on Northrop, Joe.
Oh, it is encroachment.
Yeah.
Thought I saw official pointing the other way, but you are right, my friend. And so it'll be half the distance to the goal on 3rd down, and now that changes things just a little bit. Yes.
Yeah, no, Dylan Hart. Dylan Hart sitting down on the bench.
Generals shuttling troops in and out. Still 4:22 remaining. The clock is moving. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1. Tight formation except 1 wide to the right. And they'll give it off. And here's a run to the left side. Ball is free and Northrop's got it. So no touchdown. Boyd Wayne thought they had broken the plane of the goal. The official says no, and Northrop has dodged a bullet. They will take over the football with just over 4 minutes remaining. That's the good news. The bad news, they'll have it somewhere around their 1.
Unbelievable. I think it was the handoff wasn't properly made that time, Joe, but what an unbelievable turnover for Wayne. Right on the brink of putting the game away.
So the Bruins have got it. I'm not sure I see where that foot. It's got to be real close.
I can't believe they didn't go in the end zone, Joe. I mean,
right.
That ball is, on the half-inch line.
Oh, it's between the 1 and the goal line.
Unbelievable turnover.
So the Bruins have got to go 99 and a half yards, unofficially. And remember, a field goal might win it with 4:08 remaining. Shanley about 5 yards deep in the end zone out of the shotgun formation. Got Casey Lawrence flanked to his left in the backfield. And he drops to throw. Throws it as far as he can downfield, and that one is for. Let's see if Northrop's got it. Yeah, they do. It's a tie that goes to the receiver. That one looked like it was going to be picked off, but it's Northrop at the 42.
Clyburn again. Oh, what a catch. The Wayne guy had it, and Clyburn just jumps in front of him. What a play, Joe. Oh, my,
amazing
what a game.
Reception. And Northrop hurry-up offense. They're at the line of scrimmage once again, ready to go, and they'll run the ball now. Lawrence cuts to his left, spun around, still on his feet, to the 45 and up to the 47-yard line.
What a game.
Going down to the wire. As Northrop looked to be, for all intents and purposes, dead. Wayne, a couple of chances, 1st and goal. But here is Shanley trying to come back, throws the ball. He's got Aruza for a catch and a 1st down. And he'll be inside the Wayne 45, around the 44.
And Northrop smells blood, and now they attack with the short passing game.
Aruza and Clyburn stay in wide to the right. Casey Lawrence is the running back, 2 wide to the left. And here comes Garrett Shanley, penalty flag thrown. And let's see what encroachment is going to be the call against Wayne. That'll cost another 5 yards.
And you hate to burn timeouts, but it might not be bad to burn one here if you're Wayne, just to try to regroup and maybe slow Northrop down. That was such a great catch out there by Clybon, and you just feel like Northrop is feeding off that.
Penalty takes the ball inside the Wayne 40 to the 38-yard line. Same set with Clybon and Aruza sent wide to the right. That's the short side of the field. Here's Shanley to throw the ball, incomplete, looking for Ty Smith, a crossing pattern at about the 22-yard line, even at 6'4", no chance for that one.
Yeah, nice defense by Fabian Pearson that time to close down. So, boy, the plays just keep getting bigger and bigger now.
Well, nobody's left Wayne Stadium, that's for sure. Clybon's had a couple of big catches tonight, stays in wide to the right side, 3 wide to the left. The trips package for the Bruins. Shanley looking to hand the ball off, and not much there. Wayne defends that one pretty well for a short gain of about a couple. That'll take the ball down to about the 36.
And here's Wayne trying to stiffen and make these plays. So now a huge third down for Northrop.
Well, you know the Bruins with 3 minutes remaining, they're in 4-down yardage area, trailing it by 1. And again, I do not believe they've got a field goal this year. So will it come down to that? We'll find out here in a matter of minutes. Same formation, spread offense 2 wide either side. Shanley barking out the signals. Wayne shows blitz defensive right side. Here it comes, a throw to the right. That's a wide open grab for a first down. Clybon has got it at the 27.
And just ice in the veins of Shanley. They run the deep hook, and he sticks it right between the numbers for Clybon. I love it. I love to see a senior quarterback play his best ball in these type of situations, Joe.
1st and 10. Northrop on the move, trying to come back from down 1. They've trailed twice by as many as 15 here on the road. They show the trips package wide to the left, the wide side of the field. Shanley ready to take the snap. Keeps the ball himself. Off tackle run. Cuts to the 25. Now still on his feet to the 20. Dives for extra yardage down close to the 15-yard line. Did he stay in bounds? And we do have a penalty flag.
It's going to be a holding on the receiver out there. And that's a shame because Shanley had the corner and he didn't need the receiver to hold on that. So that's a big play. That's going to back Northrop all the way up. And that might be a penalty you look back on in a few minutes that could really decide this game.
Shanley running the read option that last call. And now they're going to walk off the penalty on the hold. That'll take the ball outside the 25 to about the 27-yard line.
And Northrop's lucky because Shanley got so much yardage that with the ball coming back, it's still manageable on first down. So I correct myself. I thought they'd be in a bigger hole. They're really not.
No, it's still 1st and 10, basically.
That's right.
But 2 minutes now, time remaining in regulation. This time the trips package is to the right, the wide side of the field. Davion Berry, the lone wide to the short side to the left. Here is Shanley. Looks to the right, can't find anything. Now drifts to his left, throws down the middle, and the ball is knocked down. Good defensive play that time. Coming across for the Wayne Generals. That was Hassan. And that would have put Northrop 1st and goal.
I can't believe he threw that ball. I was trying not to become the quarterback on the air. I was going to say, no. Don't throw back across the middle of the field late. He should have tucked it and ran that football, but no, don't do it.
2nd and 10, still from the 27. 3 wide again to the right as Shanley gives the draw, and Casey Lawrence to the 20 to the 15. He's got a chance. He tripped up and fell down inside the 10 at around the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Bruins with 1:46 remaining.
What a fantastic play call. Shanley carries out the fake. They throw the ball all the way down the field, and they slip that play to Lawrence right up the middle. Is that not effective or what?
It'll be 1st and goal, I believe, from the... they'd mark him down at the 7.
I thought he was a little bit farther
than that.
Yeah, I did
too. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 7. Lawrence stays in as the running back, flank to the left side. Shanley now, spread offense once again, 3 wide to the right. Taking time, 3 on the play clock. And now looks to Lawrence, a read option. He'll come to the left side, and Shanley looking for the goal line. Did not get in. He is just short with 1:08 remaining to play. And the Bruins down 1. Now we have a timeout on the field, 1:04 to play. Wayne will burn a timeout. When we come back, Northrop that close to taking the first lead of the ball game for the Bruins. We'll be back. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
No, not yet. Just a little more sleep.
Come on, honey. Rise and shine. Up and at 'em. Let's get cracking.
Give me one good reason to get out of bed this morning.
Well, I'll give you 2. Egg McMuffin and sausage McMuffin with egg.
Now you're talking. Race you to the shower. Let McDonald's do the cracking for you with the McPick 2 for $4 special. Get 2 Egg McMuffin or 2 Sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches, or one of each for just $4. Each served all day long. Limited time only at participating McDonald's. Price of single items listed on menu board.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Still 1:04 on the clock in Northrop, knocking on the door, Joe Walburn. They need another, officially yard it to try to take their first lead of the night.
And quickly pass the score along. Homestead beats Lures over at St. Francis. 38-27 was your final, so a big win for Homestead.
Antoine Washington checks in, the up back of the I formation. He scored 2 touchdowns tonight, and they'll give it off to him. There's a penalty flag once again, and that may back up. It will. Procedure call against Northrop. And, I raised the question earlier, what are we seeing so often with these procedure calls? I didn't see anything wrong with that snap.
I didn't either. I thought that play was fine. Washington was kind of pushed up against the quarterback, but he wasn't moving, but that's a huge penalty, Joe, because all of a sudden now you're not just going to put the ball over. It's going to be tougher to get those 6 yards for the touchdown.
That'll move the ball back officially to the 6. Flybon and Aruza wide right. So it will be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
And see, this is the other thing I hate. So now they're changing something else, and it just totally kills the momentum of the game in the offense. I hated this when I was a quarterback, because the game is about timing and momentum. And when I get my guys out of the huddle, what if I want to go on the quick count, and then all of a sudden you stop it or something?
We're just continuing to see so many unnecessary stoppages. Here we go. Shanley again looks to Lawrence. Will he keep it himself? He does, and he's knocked down back around the 9, and the ball is free, fought for it, and this could be the ball game right here. Wayne thinks they've got it. We'll wait and see. While they unpile, no decision yet. Wayne still thinking they've got the football. They do! With 52.5 seconds remaining. Well, Northrop recovered a fumble at their own 1-yard line to prevent Wayne from icing the game.
32.
And now it is the Bruins who are victimized on a fumble by Garrett Shanley as he was trying to run the read option, called his own number. By the way, we have a general down back around the 25-yard line. And that looked like it came well after the play was over, and that you would have to think that is hopefully just a cramp. But with 52.5 seconds remaining, we have a stoppage down below. It remains a 1-point lead for Wayne, 29-28. And by the way, that is Dalen Hart, who's down, being tended to. So let's take a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll be back to Wayne Stadium, IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
The game just isn't the game without you. When pain or injury has you sidelined, call Parkview Sports Medicine 266-4007. Whether you're an aspiring pro or a recreational athlete, our team of certified orthopedic surgeons, physical therapists, athletic trainers, and registered dietitians and nutritionists will provide you with rapid access, comprehensive care, and sport-specific rehabilitation. We can get you back to the action quickly and safely. Just call 266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine, your dream.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, the ticket.
Now Wayne's challenge is to hold on to the football for 52.5 seconds remaining. And there was motion again, and that'll cost them yardage.
No, 51 seconds.
Well, the penalties mounting up, the mistakes both ways, but it has been exciting. And that is a Wayne penalty, 29-28. So that'll be half the distance with the ball back to the 5-yard line. Generals breaking the huddle. By the way, Joe Auburn checking down to field level, but who will he be talking to? Will he be talking to Derek Moore or to Jason Dorfler? That has yet to be decided in this 1-point ball game with under a minute remaining, and Wayne with the ball 1st and 15 at their own 5-yard line. Again, the officials taking a long time to sort things out and allow this snap of the football, and we're still not ready. Officials talking to Derek Moore. It's got to be very frustrating for the fans here because these are needless delays. You just don't know what they're about. Now they finally mark the play clock ready. But Collins Jones will take the snap from the goal line. He looks to hand it off with a right side run. And there's some daylight with a gain out across the 10 to the 15. And I believe that was Kelsaw with the run. It was Devonair Kelsaw. So Northrop will take a timeout now as it'll be first down. No, check it. It'll be second down and about 3 when we return to Wayne Stadium. Generals that close, 47 seconds away from their first win since 2014, but not in the books yet. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 the ticket.
You've heard the saying, it's all about the Benjamins. Nothing could be more true at Tom Steele Tire, where it's all about saving you money. For over 35 years, this family-owned business has been saving Fort Wayne drivers lots of Benjamins. Offering quality tires and ASE-certified mechanical service for your car, and that includes an oil change and tire rotation special, all for just $24.95. 2 convenient locations in Fort Wayne to serve you. Tom Steele Tire, not just a tire store, but a complete automotive center.
And now back to the IHSAA football game of the week with Joe Parsons on Fox Sports 1250, the ticket.
Second down and a short 3 for the Generals now. They'll have the ball at their own 18-yard line. A little more breathing room, but still, this one not decided yet. They'll stay with that offset eye to the right. And a deep handoff once again, and a second effort with a gain out to about the 19, maybe the 20-yard line for Kelsaw getting the call once again. And we'll look to see how close he is. They marked that ball right now. It's resting at the 20, and it is a first down. That is a big conversion for the Generals as they will have a new set of downs. Officials are still, they've not, are they going to come out and measure? I believe, no, they do call. It'll be first down and another timeout called by Northrop. So with 40.6 seconds remaining, improving field position in relative terms for Wayne. They'll have the ball at their own 20-yard line when we return. Now we'll keep things right here. And we'll get ready for the Walburn Financial Management postgame show, providing bookkeeping and tax services for the little guy. Well, what an exciting moment in the making, perhaps, for Wayne. The long drought, they were 0-10 last year and had lost 2 ball games this year. Going back to 2014, had lost in the sectionals, so they had lost 13 straight ball games. But that may all come to an end here in a matter of seconds. 1st and 10. Can Wayne keep possession of the ball? Northrop trying to get it back. And a chance, and there was movement again. And that one might be against Northrop on encroachment, trying to anticipate and fill the gaps. Bruins are going to take another timeout, and that is their 3rd and final. So 29-28. We'll take a quick 30-second break. Once again, IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 the ticket.
The market goes up, the market goes down. And if you're a typical investor, you may be playing games, trying to guess correctly when to buy, when to sell. That can be expensive and exhausting. Well, what if there was a local company with tons of investment experience to help you take some of the guesswork and worry out of investing? The name is Stifel, specializing in individual portfolio management. Stifel can help reduce the risk and worry of investing, building you a portfolio of quality, performing stocks and bonds. Give Stifel a call at 260-459-3989.
Let's get back to the stadium with more IHSAA football action and Joe Parson on Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
Well, they moved the chains backwards. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Wayne. 37.4 seconds remaining. Northrop out of timeouts, and Wayne will take a knee. That's what they did before. There was no penalty. They just took a loss, and now the play clock has not started, and that will be it. They will not have to run another play. And Wayne, the drought is over. Since October of 2014, they get a win here tonight. By one, any win is a big win. 29-28, the final score, as Joe Walburn will wait for the handshakes among the teams, and then we'll be going down on the field, checking in with Joe Walburn and Derek Moore, and how satisfying this has got to be. And we'll recap what has been really just a tremendous ending to this ball game. As Wayne earlier looked like they were ready to salt the game away, but fumbled away on the Northrop 1. Bruins drove it all the way back downfield, got it down to the 1 of Wayne, only to fumble it away. Let's go down to Joe and Derek Moore.
Yes! The first one! You won! The first one. All the effort and all the work, Coach Derek Moore. All the effort with the kids, and you get the big win tonight. Tell me, what are you thinking right now?
Man, we got to make it easier than this, man. We've been through a lot. So we've been through a lot. I lost my sister to cancer in December. Daughter was born in February. These guys, I love these guys, man. I do. I love my coaching staff, and sometimes I'm hard on them. And I'm just proud of my guys, man.
You play for arguably the greatest team we ever saw in this area with the Panthers in 1992, and you come over here and you take on a rebuilding job that a lot of us scratched our heads and we thought, geez, Derek was always such a winner in high school. How tough was it to take the job on and come over here to reach these kids?
Man, I taught these kids for 5 years over at Miami, and I wouldn't want to be any other place. I wouldn't want to be any. I love this school. I love this community. I love our administration, my principal, Coach Hauser. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Football-wise, it seems like this year the kids are much more physical, a lot more skill level, and they battled through adversity in this game. I mean, Northrop's a good football team, but you guys worked through the adversity, and you made some big plays in the second half.
Man, there was a lot of adversity. I can't even tell you what happened. Honestly, I just know we won. I don't know what happened. We went back and forth. I'm just proud to get my first win, man. Like I said, I told my principal I didn't come here to win once every 12 games. So let's hope we can keep this going.
Well, congratulations. You definitely earned it. And the work you've done with the kids over here, I really respect you for it, and I'm happy tonight for you. You're a good man, and you deserve the win. Congratulations, brother.
Joe, behind you is Dalen Hart, who's limping off the field. I know you really can't hear me right now. Let's see if we can get an interview. One more with Joe Walburn on the field, and Collins Jones, I believe, is down there on the field. Let's go down to Joe.
Joe, I'm down here with the quarterback of Wayne. Wow, DeAndre, you're a senior. Coach Moore is so emotional on the win. What's it feel to you, man, to have all the ups and downs with this program and to finally break through with a win like that?
This is the best win I've had since the SAC win. This is the best one. I didn't really want to win it just for me and my team. We wanted it for the whole community. A lot of people that, during that tough season stayed behind us, and we worked so hard for them, and finally to get this one means the world to everybody here. So that's what it was.
What were you thinking in the second half? Because you guys had it under control the first half. You get the touchdown early in the second half, and you're about to go in and score the touchdown to finish the game off, and it's a fumble. Were you thinking, oh, my gosh, here we go again?
Yeah, I can't help it. I felt that way, but for my defense to step up like they did, they've always stepped up for us. They've done it so many times, and this is no different. I'm so proud of them. I'm so happy. So
what's it mean to you to wear the blue for Wayne? Yeah, maybe last year there was no wins. You get a win this year, but there's such a rich tradition of guys in the south side of town that have played for this program. What's it mean to you tonight to get that win as the starting quarterback for Wayne High School?
To finally get one, it means the world. There's nothing like Wayne. There's nothing like it. A lot of people going to say that about the school, but like you said, the tradition is rich. We have a lot of fighters in this town, this city, this community on this side of town is built on fighters, and to finally get this one shows that, we're going to keep fighting.
Well, DeAndre, congratulations. What a big win. I'm happy for you guys. There you go, Joe. You can see Coach Moore is so emotional to get the first one, and for Jones to get this win, too, as the starting quarterback. Big time for the Wayne program. They definitely needed it, Joe.
Sweet time for the Wayne Generals with the win, 29-28. 1 point was enough to end the drought, and now they get their first win since 2014. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back with our Walburn Financial Management postgame show. We'll check other scores from elsewhere. But here tonight, the drought over for the Generals. They win over Northrop 29-28. IHSAA football on Fox Sports, 1250 The Ticket.
Behind the scenes of the making of a great play area.
I'm envisioning something really spectacular, something over the top. Let's draw up some plans.
Yes, JP.
Right away, JP. Excellent idea. Bold move, JP. We'll get right on it.
I see a large fort with a giant cannon to slide down. Let's make it historic. Tie it in with the history of Fort Wayne. And we gotta have it soft so kids of all ages can play. Let's have those blueprints on my desk by Monday morning.
Jefferson Point and Lutheran Children's Hospital ER presents Fort Wayne's largest indoor soft play area. Parents can relax while the kids explore a fort, slide down a cannon, and crawl through the 16-foot cherry blossom tree. Over 2,000 square feet of indoor play area, the largest retail play area in the state of Indiana. Bring the kids and enjoy the fun at Jefferson Point. For details, go to jeffersonshopping.com.
There's so much to see. It's where you want to be. Jefferson Point, Jefferson Point.
It's time for the Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram 10 event,
where there's amazing pricing on every vehicle in stock.
Get 20% off MSRP on select vehicles, starting with the powerful Dodge Charger. Take 20% off the 2016 Chrysler 300 with tons of bonus cash available. There's also $1,500 of bonus cash on a new Ram 1500, the longest-lasting pickup in America.
And there's $500 of bonus cash on the 2016 Jeep Cherokee.
You'll also be able to save on the new Chrysler Pacifica minivan and new Jeep Renegade. Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram has the largest selection of vehicles in the area with over 700 to choose from.
Over 700 to choose from.
Shop them all at GlenbrookDodge.com. It's 10 time with 20% off select vehicles, including the new Dodge Charger and Chrysler 300 sedan. Get out of the heat and under the 10 at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
That's Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Under the giant American flag on Coliseum and always online at GlenbrookDodge.com.
American families are facing a major problem nowadays. It's called extreme student debt. It's affecting graduating students, even those with jobs, for years and years, trying to pay off their student loans. But there is help available to students in Northeast Indiana. From nonprofit Cuesta Education Foundation, Cuesta is ready to provide low-interest or even forgivable loans to qualified Northeast Indiana students. Take a second look. Check Cuesta to see if your student qualifies for a chance at graduating with as little student loan debt possible. Cuesta can make a difference. And it all starts with simply logging on to QuestaFoundation.org. That's QuestaFoundation.org.
At Indiana Michigan Power, we're building the future of energy delivery. From renewable energy to grid innovation, we're developing a smarter way to power your life. With the addition of 4 new solar power plants, you can take comfort knowing that more than half of the electricity that we generate is emissions-free. I&M is honored to sponsor local area high school sporting events and proud to be your hometown energy provider. Now let's head back to the stadium with the Walburn Financial Management post-game show. Here's Joe Parson.
Well, the party continues here at Wayne Stadium. It's been a long time in coming. The Generals survive, they hold on, and they win this ball game. Joe Auburn by a final score of 29-28. You know, Gary Raber is right here with us, the athletic director of Wayne High School. Come on over, Gary. I know one take just a moment here. But this has got to be a proud moment for you also. You know, it's been a struggling program, 0-10 last year, and you kind of wonder when is that win ever going to come. And tonight, a game that was just about exciting. I'm sure nobody left the stadium here tonight. It went right down to the wire. You fumble the ball away at the Northrop one. They come back. They are at the one. They have a chance maybe to win it. And then they fumble the ball away. But all's well that ends well tonight for Wayne. And what about your thoughts fighting through, you know, with your students in a winless football season last year to now that monkey's off your back here tonight?
Well, it's good for the kids, and for them to actually, you know, they fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line and then come back and our defense kind of hold them and they turn the ball over there at the 5 yard line and we picked it up. It was just a good win for the community, our kids. It's been a long time coming, and for Coach Moore. I mean, Coach Moore's handled a lot of adversity. You know, through the last, you know, year and into this year, and I think that he's handled it very well. And I commend him and his coaching staff for sticking to their guns and believing in what they are coaching the kids. And the kids are believing in it, and you can see it. You know, we're putting some points on the board and stuff like that. And last week we took Lures, you know, down to the wire, and, you know, we fumbled the ball inside the 30-yard line. So our kids are coming, you know, and it's just a matter of them believing and believing in our coaching staff and the coaches focusing in on, you know, the kids, and that's what it's about. It's about the kids.
Gary Raber joining us, athletic director of Wayne High School. You know, high school football is all about the student body and the pageantry, the pep rallies, and getting ready for football Friday nights. What has it been like this week, and what will it be like next week now?
Well, it's awesome. You can see our cheer block. Our cheer block is awesome. It was awesome last week. It's awesome this week. They're loud. They get the kids up on the field and stuff like that. So it's going to be, I think this win will help, you know, our spirit. And I think as the week, you know, transpires here, you know, coming into Tuesday, I think the kids are really going to be excited about, you know, going over to Southside next week and then Northside as well.
You know, I've offered a testimony over the last, you know, let's say over 4 or 5 years. A couple of times we've been out here to broadcast games. Twice earlier, I've had Wayne students come up to me, volunteer to help carry equipment out. Mm-hmm. Tonight, with the wind earlier this afternoon, was a bear. I had 2 students come over and volunteer to help me fight the wind to get our banner up. You know, that doesn't happen in other schools. You've got a lot to be proud of here.
We are. Well, and it starts from, you know, our principal and my boss, John Hauser. I mean, it's about, you know, what he believes in, and it's all trickled down to myself and the rest of the staff and the administration. And so, and you can see it. And it's about caring for the kids, and the kids can see that, you know, we care for every one of them. And they'll go, you know, they'll go to the wall for you as long as they, you know, believe in you and they trust you. And they'll do those things, and it's awesome to hear those positive things. So sometimes you don't hear those positive things every day.
Well, I will tell you, Wayne has a very special place in my heart, and congratulations on this hard-fought,
it was nice.
Took a long time.
All right, well, thank you.
Congratulations, Jerry Raber, the athletic director at Wayne High School. Let's give you a quick recap of the scoring here tonight because it was wild, folks. We had a fumble recovery that early in the ball game, but then a block kick set up the first points of the ball game as Wayne recovered at the Northrop 14. That would set up a 25-yard field goal by Luke Andrews to give Wayne a 3-0 lead. That's the way the first quarter would end. But then a fumble recovery again would give Wayne the ball at the Northrop 41. That would set up a 4th and 1 situation, 4th and goal at the 1 yard line. And Dalen Hart, who, by the way, was injured late in the ball game, but out of the full house formation, scored on the first snap of the second quarter. At the 11:56 mark, Andrews hit the extra point, and Wayne was on the way to a 10-0 lead. But 2nd and goal for the Bruins, and Antoine Washington would rumble in from just a couple of yards out. And at the 9:53 mark, Stepik hit the extra point, 10-7. Bruins right back in it, down 3. But then it would be a pass play from Collins Jones to Kelsaw Good for a touchdown at the 7:32 mark. Extra point attempt was no good. 16-7 Wayne. That lead would grow as Collins Jones hit Craig Yun in the right corner on a fade pattern in the end zone. Good for 22 yards and a touchdown at the 3:06 mark. 22-7, a lead of 15, as it would be Shanley hitting Ty Smith with a touchdown pass on a 5-yarder. With just under 5 seconds remaining, the teams would go to the halftime dressing room as Stepik hit the extra point. It was 22-14 at the half. Another fumble recovery would give Wayne the ball at the 19. That would set up a 16-yard quick slant from Collins Jones to Young once again in the middle of the field. 6 minutes, the time of the score, to make it 29-14. Wayne up again by 15 points in the third quarter. But an interception by Doan would set up a touchdown, a 1-yard Antoine Washington run with 3:40 remaining in the third quarter. Stepik with the extra point. Again, the deficit was 29-21. And then a touchdown to Kleinbahn from on a fade pattern to Kleinbahn at the 10-11 mark of the fourth quarter. And Stepik with the extra point, which came from 38 yards away, by the way, with a penalty enforced. But 29-28, and then we were in for craziness, Joe Walburn, because Wayne drives down. They get the ball to the 1-yard line. Just all they got to do is score. Probably the game is over for all intents and purposes. They fumble. Northrop gets the ball. They drive all the way back with seconds remaining in the ball game. They get it down to the 1-yard line. Bruins fumble the ball away. Wayne takes over at their own 10 and able to get a couple of first downs and run out the clock. But this one it took all of 48 minutes to decide this one.
It was a classic, that's for sure, and probably one that will be remembered a long time in this rivalry. That illegal procedure call when that ball was on the 1-yard line against Northrop put them back at the 6th, and they seemed to be a little bit indecision what they wanted to do. I thought Shanley was going to throw it, but they decided to run him, and he never tucked the football away. But you got to give Wayne credit. Wayne made the play, and that's what Coach Moore had preached all week long. We just have to make that play to win, and to come back after the fumble. I mean, instilled a battle. I thought Wayne was beaten when Northrop was going down the field, because it's like, here we go again. You fumble at the 1, but they got the big turnover. In a game where both teams fought as hard as they could, it just came down to turnovers again, and Wayne finally got that break that Coach Moore, has been shooting for game after game.
How often do you hear coaches say you got to fight through adversity? Well, there was adversity aplenty here tonight both ways, but in the end it was Wayne who had the ball last, and that was good enough to win it by 1.
It sure was, and you just got to tuck that football away. It's tough because those guys are playing so hard, but I want to say this. Both teams are much improved. Both these teams have struggled over the years. This was a good football game. Yeah, there were some mistakes, but they were aggressive mistakes, and I'm happy for Derek. Derek really came over here and took on a project, and we mentioned it. He played for the 92 Panthers, the greatest team in this area. The guy never lost in high school, so to come over here and to go be winless and to go 0-12, I know that was tough on him, but you know what? I think he has a good message. The kids like him. The kids respect him, and you mentioned it, Joe. There's good kids out here, and I'm happy to see Wayne get the win. I ache for Northrop because Northrop played so hard, but I'm happy to see Derek break through and get that win. And I'm telling you, South Side and North Side, you better look out because Wayne's better.
We will take another timeout. We'll be back. Joe will check some final scores elsewhere, and we'll look at our schedule upcoming when we return to Wayne Stadium. IHSAA football on Fox Sports 1250 The Ticket.
Now consists of nearly 80,000 pages of rules and regulations. It's enough to make you cry. But now there's real affordable help right here in Fort Wayne. Walburn Financial Management, a firm that cuts right through the legalese, working hard for you, providing external solutions to bookkeeping and tax problems. Walburn Financial Management, taking flawless care of all your personal reporting, P&L, or even individual tax requirements. Give them a call, 260-459-2240. You'll sleep better at night being assured everything's taken care of. Walburn Financial Management.
No network is better equipped than Fios from Frontier to handle all of your devices. Get Fios TV, Internet, and voice from Frontier for $89.99 per month for 12 months with 2-year agreements and qualifying new services, and you'll receive up to a $400 Amazon.com gift card. Call 1-888-FRONTIER. Limited time offer for qualifying services, subject to availability. Amazon.com gift card requires a 2-year agreement and maximum $400 early termination fee on new TV, new Internet, and new voice services. Taxes, fees, and other restrictions apply. Fios Marks owned by Verizon Trademark Services, LLC, and used under license. See offer for details.
Ready to give up on your continual neck and back pain, injections, maybe even surgeries? Nothing seems to be working. Maybe it's time to check with Aaron Chiropractic, where real relief could be forthcoming through a treatment plan including manipulation and exercise. Yes, it's true. A return to the quality of life you thought may have been lost forever just might be started with an initial phone call to Aaron Chiropractic. It all starts with identifying the real source of your pain. First analysis, detection, and then treatment. Why put up needlessly with another day of pain? Call Aaron Chiropractic. Get started back on the expressway road to relief. Aaron Chiropractic, 260-492-8811 in Fort Wayne, 492-8811.
Hi, I'm Charlie Momper from Momper Insulation. We've been around since 1956, and we're still the #1 name in insulation. Chances are you've seen us re-insulating the home in your neighborhood, where we blow insulation into the sidewalls and attic to make your heating and cooling more efficient. Give us a call and let's talk about all the insulation options we have available to help you save money. I know we can do the job for you. You've got my word on it. Call us at 432-7543.
Here's some good policy from your local agent and Auto Owners Insurance. When your insurance policy comes from us, it comes with something extra, a real person. Don't buy from an insurance company with an 800 number and a voicemail menu. Auto Owners Insurance operates exclusively through local independent agencies here to help you 24/7. Now that's good policy.
Call Tom Neuenschwander at Amstus Insurance with offices in Fort Wayne and Ossian, 260-622-4169.
You're listening to the high school football game of the week on WGL Fort Wayne, Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.
29-28 and the final. A win for Wayne, their first since 2014. Joe, and how about some of the action elsewhere?
Over at St. Francis, Homestead runs the football all over Bishop Lures, Joe, and they win 38-27. So big win for Homestead. Homestead remains undefeated, and a lot of people thought Lures would win that game, and Homestead has really answered the bell with the backup quarterback. So I'm impressed with the way they've continued with their offense. Over at Spuller, kind of like last year, Concordia hung around with Snyder and gave him a fight. Snyder won the game 41-21, but that game was closer than what the final score indicates. Over at Northside, Carroll 49, Northside nothing. So obviously Northside's down this year, and it's tough to start the season though with Snyder, Dwenger, and Carroll. So a new coach for Northside. Now they'll have some games against Wayne and South and some games coming up, and even Northrop where they feel like they can be a little bit more competitive. Bishop Dwenger 38, Southside 20. So I think Southside tightened the game up a little bit at the end to fight through that, but obviously Dwenger, Homestead, and Snyder are the cream of the crop with this conference. And it'll be interesting to see out of Lures, Carroll, Concordia, and I thought Northrop, now with the loss, maybe not, but between those three teams, who's going to fight for that second tier, and can Wayne, jump up maybe in that second tier, or Northrop? I thought Northrop would win this game tonight and have a chance to kind of battle it out with those teams. But Wayne really showed us something tonight. So it's an awesome conference race. And the bottom of the conference in years past, the last 3 to 4 teams, it's better. And you know what? And it's getting better, and maybe that'll help some of these teams in the playoffs, Joe.
You can't look past anybody now.
No, you can't.
And how about our game next week now? You've got a very hungry, desperate, perhaps, Bishop Lures team at Concordia. Concordia, they can play with just about anybody. So that has a very interesting matchup next Friday.
That's going to be a heck of a game because Concordia had Homestead, and they let Homestead get away. 41-21 was the final with Snyder, but that was a 20-13 game late. So, obviously they're playing with Snyder, and now Bishop Lures, they're wounded too with the loss to Homestead. So already 2 teams that come in there are 1-2, and all of a sudden that becomes a must-win game.
As far as the Generals, they're on the road. They'll travel to Northside next Friday night. Bruins, they'll be back home to take on the Carroll Chargers. As we mentioned, we'll be at Zoller Stadium. 6:45, our pregame show begins, and it'll be Bishop Lures taking on Concordia. Looking forward to that one at Zoller Stadium with Joe Auburn. Everybody have a great holiday here, Labor Day. Take the time off, enjoy yourselves, and we'll be back Friday Night Lights next Friday night, Concordia against Bishop Lures. 29-28, the final here tonight. It was Wayne surviving, ending the drought of 13 straight losses They win over Northrop 29-28. Special thanks to our studio producer, his name and our man always, Patrick Plummer. Until next Friday night, I'm Joe Parsons. So long, everybody. Thanks so very much for listening.
You've been listening to IHSAA Football, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine, a winning combination with the IHSAA, and Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket. Proud sponsors of tonight's game also include Meyer, proud supporters of youth sports, Momper Insulation in its 60th year of quality professional insulation, Walburn Financial Management, providing affordable solutions to bookkeeping and tax problems, Midwest America Credit Union, altogether better, Indiana Michigan Power, our power is our people, Amstutz Insurance, finally a firm that works for you, Jefferson Point, shopping with a special point of view, Questa Education Foundation, thinking of college? Help to finance your education? Think Questa. Glenbrook Dodge, your #1 source for Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep in Fort Wayne. McDonald's, I'm still loving it. Stiefel, a firm of choice. Alpha PC Mac Computer, we're the other guys, better, friendlier. Aaron Chiropractic, offering relief from neck and back pain. Tom Steele Tire Service, building trust with customers for over 30 years. And special promotional consideration by the Fort Wayne Journal-Gazette. Nobody delivers the goods each morning like the Journal-Gazette. This has been a special high school sports presentation of Fox Sports 1250, The Ticket.